Others will be joining us lately. I know Rocky will because he had to take care of something.
Yeah.
Little Tate, I don't know if he will or not. So we'll find out.
We're
I
here.
don't know. Leo said he was going to be back on, but ain't seen him. So, but
Let's see.
now last night I was watching I was going through Netflix and I had
Right.
not seen this one before, right? It's about Boeing, right? About like the Dreamliner and shit like that, right?
Right.
I found that very good, interesting watch right there.
Mhm. Where they what I think I've seen that before, something real similar to it, where they it just goes from concept all the way follows it from concept all the way to play when it
Yeah,
actually
but
flies.
also how they outsourced all the parts for like the
Yeah,
Dreamliner instead of keeping it in house like they used to do. And
right.
they had some guys been on there, worked there since the 70s, right?
Oh
Talking
wow.
about how the safety, how they just went from, doing everything right to fucking,
Mhm. But,
profits. I was like, wow,
yeah.
okay.
Oh no, and there
You know,
was remember I think it was Boeing there a couple years back. They were having a whole string of safety issues, and I think it was Boeing. So like the seven
well, you also
seven
had
thirty
this,
seven 300. Yeah.
well, you talk about 737 Max when they
Yeah,
just,
yeah, 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 yeah. The 737 Max.
but,
They it's just kind of odd that some of the people that were coming out starting to testify about it met mysterious accidents.
well, the one where
You
they
know?
said that got killed was a guy that shot himself.
Yeah,
That been there since 85,
yeah.
you know. But no, if you ever get a chance to watch it, watch it. You
Mm-hmm.
know,
No.
I mean, I know Mick can't really say nothing about it because
Yeah.
Uh, uh,
I mean, well, he has,
uh.
let's just say, livelihood.
Right.
So, but and I'm sure you already heard all this shit too, haven't you? So,
What's that?
Yeah, a bunch of it.
huh?
I said, yeah, a bunch of it.
Yep. Now they didn't say who the new CEO was. The
He's not any different than the last CEO or the one before that or the one before that.
same. Okay, gotcha,
They're all
gotcha.
fucking interchangeable, dude. They all do the exact
Yep.
same shit. They repeat the same mistakes every single time. Like, I think
Yep.
I've been in my 16 years there. I think I've been through like six CEOs, something like that. And
Yeah, because the guy that changed the whole attitude there started in '05. He came from GE. He was a protege of Jack Welch that privatized fucking quality over profits for GE. And I see that with GE steam turbines, right?
yeah,
I see the quality the ones would get replacements or replacement parts, right? For ours at the power plant, the quality was fucking down and the parts didn't last as long because they was outsourcing the motherfucker from across the country or across the different world, from different countries.
well, I mean, you don't need me to tell you that Boeing outsources everything now. I mean, it's just a
Yeah.
matter of
Well,
it's a matter of public record. I mean, it's
well, actually, I did not know that for the Dreamliner, damn near everything was outsourced. And they brought it back, and I was like, then they showed how everything would fit up. I'm like, holy shit! I was like, damn. I
yeah,
was like,
yeah.
wow.
And like I
You
said,
know?
if I were to talk about that right here, I mean, I wouldn't be saying anything that isn't already commonly
Oh,
known. I mean, that's
yeah,
just
yeah.
entirely insider knowledge. It's how they've been operating for
Yeah.
years now.
Yeah.
You know, and I didn't know they had a plant in South Carolina either.
Yeah, their quality control is so bad down there that there's still customers that won't take a plane from them. They got to fly it up here, get it checked out, and then they'll take it.
Holy
Wow.
shit, damn,
Yeah,
damn.
yeah, like a lot of the customers for a long time wouldn't take anything delivered out of South Carolina. They had to get finished up here.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
That's Now that is sad right there.
Well, it was a big mistake doing what they did down there, you know.
Because I know people in Seattle area that worked for Boeing all those years, their parents did, they do now, right?
Yeah.
Or they took pride in what the fuck they did,
Sure.
you know, because they were saying to a lot of those older guys, they were saying it was prideful to say, yes, I work at bowling. I was proud to fucking work at bowling.
Yep.
Well, not so much.
Yep. I worked with the last of those guys. They're pretty much all retired now.
Yeah, there was a couple of them that was still working there, but they started like in 2015, like quality control guys.
Yeah.
That finally spoke up, but they said, yeah, we're getting fucking pushback and getting, kind of getting railroad. One guy goes, yeah, I keep getting moved from apartment to apartment every 4 to 6 months.
Yep.
Yep. Especially, it's especially bad for management. Like management gets moved around a lot. I mean, I don't think I could recite a list of managers' names right now that I've had. I've had so many since I started.
And that's fucking sad.
Yeah.
Dozens.
Damn.
Yeah.
And of course, because they're getting moved and shuffled around, they're not there long enough to actually know what they're managing and even have any, insight on what's going on.
Yep.
Because they're just getting shut.
Yep. When I first got there, they weren't quite doing that as bad, and a lot of the managers that were there had been where they were for years. But it seems like around 2013, all that started changing, and they started just, musical chairing them around.
Jesus Christ. Yeah,
and I can't claim to know why. I don't know. It's just a pattern that I've observed.
Well, you're not high enough on the food chain, probably not to know
Oh, hell no.
why.
No.
And even if you was, right, they'd probably tell you to shut the fuck up, know your business.
Yep.
You're
absolutely right.
Now, those managers there, are they union or company? People.
Their company.
Their company. So, yeah, they have to if they get told to move, they got to move.
Yep. Yeah, there is no bargaining.
Yep.
Gentlemen, I'm going to cut off for a minute and eat right quick, and then we'll be back.
All right. Okay. All right.
All right. Yeah, see you in a minute.
So, yeah. No, I found that really interesting. I was like, holy shit. All right, I had something else. Oh, in fact, I don't want TikTok, motherfucker. This is what happens when a bunch of rednecks get fucking drunk and they remember fucking Rock and Socket Robots right here.
Seen them in a minute.
From their childhood. That's why you never give a drunk weld access to a fucking welder.
Hello, interwebs. We're about to have our very first beer can battle. These lovely and violent things were made and created by Tobar's Realm.
You get the concept, right?
Uh-huh.
Just, yeah. Rednecks will do anything just as a game, kind of.
Well, that's what people just used to do, man. Not just rednecks. People used to get bored and just be like, hey, we got ourselves a pile of tin cans, some string, a piece of glass, and a stump. What can we do with this?
That's just, I seen that earlier today. I was like, huh, okay. That's a good thing I don't have a fucking welder no more.
I got one.
Well, I didn't sell it. My ex-wife fucking sold it. I had all three, right? I had big, stick, and TIG combo, right?
Yeah.
All one. And then on the card, I had a fucking brand new plasma cutter on the bottom.
Fuck, man. I always wanted a plasma cutter. I love those things.
And fucking next thing I know, she goes, oh, there's a guy coming to pick that up. I said, what the fuck you mean gonna come pick it up? She said, I sold it. I said, what the fuck how much did you sell it for? She goes, 500. I said, what?
Dude, the plaza alone's 1,000.
I said, all those together, brand new, because they were still brand new. They had not been ran yet. I said, I paid fucking $2,000 for that whole setup right there.
Yeah, easy.
And well, I got mine through it was West fuck. Fuck. They're a pretty good fucking company. It's not like Miller, but they're still good as like Miller and all that shit, right?
Yeah.
I'll think of the name, but I was fucking pissed off.
Fuck yeah,
You
dude.
know,
Those plasma cutters are crazy expensive.
I know. And the reason why I fucking had it set up here, had ran it, because I didn't have 220 in the fucking garage.
Yeah, that's a problem that I have too.
You know,
Yep.
because I did not want, because I've had those fucking 110 fucking bigs, right? Guess what? For small shit, like light shit, it works good as long as you got the gas to go with it, right? But if you want to do anything thicker than sheet metal, it ain't worth the fuck.
Nope.
You know. And I was like, you know what? I said they're good for fucking, patching up fucking exhaust, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, because I had buddies, they had older trucks at the power plant they didn't want to get rid of yet. Their muffler or the exhaust would get a hole in it. Like, hey, you got the welder? Can you patch it up? I said, I can. I said, but one guy said, you bring me the gas, I'll patch it. Because I ran out of gas. He wanted it right there and there. I said, if you got the gas, bring it over, I'll patch it.
That works.
You know. So, but yeah. Yeah, I said, one of these days when I get back out, I build another house, I'm going to have me a fucking welder again. That same setup. Big TIG and stick combo. Right there.
Yeah, I never did learn how to do TIG, but I can do stick and MIG, no problem.
See, I learned that in high school because I took welding at Votech, right? And luckily, the welding teacher, when I started at the Votech, got the order my junior year. So he was a prior teacher there, but he was also a boiler maker and a welding inspector too. So he taught us exactly how they teach you on the job there as a boiler maker or pipe fitter. And then he was able to get us the AWS certification test for free if we wanted to take it. And I did take it. I was like, fuck yeah. Because that just means you don't have to go. Would you have that certification, right? It means you don't have to go to a fucking another fucking college, technical college, to learn to get that certification, right
Sure.
there.
Yeah.
And that's one thing I found out. That same Votech, they're not doing it for these kids. I was like, why is all these kids coming from 2 years of fucking welding to go down there around Springfield, Missouri, right, to the welding school to get the same certification that they could have had if they still offer that, right there.
It's a big advantage also, man. Coming out of high school already certified. I mean,
well, hell, my fucking teacher, he knew I was already going to Navy. He said, I won't give you another option just in case you change your mind. He had me a job at the new Kansas City Harley plant, fucking TIG welding for him, right out of high school. And that payout right out of high school was going to be $20 an hour back in 97.
that was big money back in 97.
Oh, fuck yeah.
That was good money.
I was like, nah, I'm going to stay with the Navy. He said, well, you got options. I said, well, I got college I can go to too, but I want the Navy. But I can't believe how people frown on fucking Votechs. No, Votechs are good as long as you got good teachers and kids are willing to learn.
Yep. And that's the kind of teachers you need in them. People who've been in the field, done the work, and know how to get a quality job done.
Yep.
And who knows all the expectations, that way when you get out there, you already got taught the expectations. You don't get surprised by nothing.
Exactly. That's like my teacher there. He hated the fucking welders at the power plant, right? Because the previous weld teacher was a retired welder at the power plant. He called them mud welders right there. He said, all these motherfuckers know how to do is lay down a shitty bead and grind it. He said, you should never, ever have to grind your fucking weld as a boiler maker right there. I was like, okay. But even the Boilermakers now, they're starting to teach your fucking guys how to fucking, the younger guys, the fucking grind. I was like, now you wonder why the fucking boiler pipes don't last as long too.
The only reason why you should ever have to grind is for cosmetic reasons.
Yes.
Someone wants a railing or something and they want it smooth.
Yes, but a boiler fucking pipe, you start welding on that high pressure line like that, right? You grind too far, you weaken that fucking weld.
Yeah.
Yeah,
when I went through when I went through courses, man, they had a like a 20-ton freaking hydraulic press, and they'd fucking you do
Yep.
like 1/4 inch plate. You
Yeah.
you know grind your bevels, clean it all up, run your weld and everything like that. And they'd put it under a press.
Yeah.
To see how well that thing would
Yeah.
hold.
See, that's how we had to do all of our ABS fucking tests too. Was like that too.
Yep.
You know, if one little crack, he was expected, so he knew what to look at before he got sent out too.
Oh.
You know, and we also fucking had a track torch too that would fucking, you got to learn to set that up to cut your bevels too instead of cutting by hand. Because not everybody can cut them by hand. That is hard to do. It took me a little while to practice that motherfucker, get that son of a bitch smooth right like you should.
Yeah.
You know, but for our test, we used the track torch to fucking actually just go it all smooth. But if you didn't know how to set the speed just right, it was not smooth.
No, I can't
You know,
imagine it was.
But a lot of people, a lot of kids, they've never seen a track torch. It's like, how the fuck you never see a track torch? I said, they're common in the industry right there.
Well, yeah.
You know, but nowadays people want those CNC fucking machines, right? All that
Mhm.
shit, right? Those
Well, everything's
fucking-
laser now.
you know,
It's faster. It's more precise. I mean, it's just a different standard.
but if you know how to run a fucking plasma cutter good, guess what? That's faster than those fucking tables right there all day long.
I got to where I could run a plasma cutter pretty well. Like my edges were still a little wavy, but like for the
Yeah.
work I was doing, that didn't matter.
Yep. Just up. But I will say the hardest welds to do, TIG and brazing right there.
It's funny. In high school, I got really good at brazing.
Yep.
I used to do. We had a, believe it or not, this is maybe a '90s thing, but we had in our art class, right? We did sculpture too.
Yeah.
We did ceramics and sculpture and all sorts of different art. Well, metalworking was part of sculpture, and so we had a big old fucking rock tray full of what do you call it? Pumice, the volcano rock, with a big fucking fireproof tile in the middle and a little teeny oxyacetylene rig. And we could actually like do like brazing, like actual firework right there.
Yeah.
And my senior year, man, I got fucking good at brazing.
Well, if you get good at brazing, that means you'd be able to do TIG too.
Probably. Yeah. I mean, I know what TIG is, but it's a similar. The only thing you got to learn how to do is control your feed with your foot.
Yes. Once you learn that pattern, well, some of them don't even have a fucking pedal, right? That's hand control, right?
Oh, really?
Yeah. But once you know how to, like, if you got the foot pedal, once you got that down, you're golden right there.
All right. So I could probably TIG okay with a bit of practice.
Yeah. It just take a little bit of practice. But the ultimate test on that one, right? This is how we passed the TIG in my second year of welding. We had to fucking TIG weld 2 pop cans together without burning through.
Oh.
And that's fucking hard.
That takes some sleight of hand. Yeah, that's a bit tricky.
That took me probably about a good month to master that one.
Yeah.
But that's all I did for that whole month. Was that.
But if you can work that fine, you can do anything because you ain't finding no finer work than that.
No, you ain't. But if you're gonna, and I'm surprised he just didn't have his brazing, but he showed us that it can be done. I was like, "You're full of shit." He's like, "I'm gonna show you boys that can be done," and he did it. I was like, "Okay."
No.
He said, "I want you boys to master this if you're gonna get out in the field welding." So he said, "Yeah, you can just braze this all day long." He said, "But if you can do it right, you don't need a brazier if you got the TIG."
No.
I said, "Okay."
I got to the point where on some of the sculptures I was making, I was able to braze on brass and copper. And that shit technically ain't possible because brazing happens at too high a temperature and it melts. And I did melt a lot of brass and copper in the process, but I got to where I could get it like just in that window where the braze is just starting to cool, just a touch. You had to clean it first, but sneak it on in there. And I got to where I could do it.
Yeah. I mean, it takes practice. What people don't understand nowadays. Yeah.
Yeah, lost art.
Oh yeah, it is. I mean, but there are some kids that they're taking it up slowly but surely. They are.
Well, that's one of the reasons why I want to get an oxyacetylene rig is one, your cutting goes a lot quicker. I mean, I got cut off wheels and all that, but your cutting's way
Oh, yeah.
faster. And two, I want to start brazing shit again, man. I thought that
Yeah.
was fun. I like doing it.
I mean, because they sell the combos for them all at the welding shops.
Oh, I know.
You know.
I know. It's just a little much for me right now, and I don't have a whole lot of space, unfortunately.
Oh yeah, you would have to get the smaller one that's carryable right there.
Yeah. See, what I learned on. Well, I mean, I learned on the one in the art classroom,
Yeah.
but the rig that I used the most professionally was one of them big old 5-foot, stand up oxyacetylene units
Yeah.
with the regulators on top and the fucking roll cart. Like
Yep.
that sucker. I mean, I have literally cut through 3/8 inch of steel like nothing. Like those things were great.
Oh yeah. Eastwood's well, that's the fucking combo I had. Eastwood.
Eastwood. Okay. I know Miller. I know Lincoln.
Yeah.
I don't know Eastwood.
Well, Eastwood, you go through eastwood.com. It's more for like automotive shit right there.
Oh, okay.
But their shit is rivals fucking Lincoln and fucking Miller and Hobart right there.
Okay.
It does.
So good stuff.
Yes. The only difference is they're just a couple $100 cheaper right there. Because with Miller, Lincoln, and Hobart, guess what? You're paying for the day.
Well, those are pretty much the standard too.
But Hobart is owned by fucking Miller.
Yeah, like Snap-on and Blue Point. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, everyone's like, how come you don't buy a fucking lit? I said, why? You're paying for day just like you are Snap-on. I mean, granted, Snap-on is great, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But if you're not have a shop, right, that makes money, why are you going to fucking pay that much money for fucking tools that you're just not going to use every fucking day? Stupid.
Well, let's just say I bought a set of Blue Point ratcheting box end wrenches back in 2003.
Yeah.
I just used them the other day to put the alternator in my truck, man. They're still going strong.
Yeah.
And didn't have to pay Snap-on prices for them either.
Yep. See, I use a lot of Husky. I have a lot of Husky tools.
Yeah, home gamer tools like that, Husky and all that, average guy won't know the difference. If you ain't beating on them day in and day out like a pro, they're just as good.
I mean, I got some Snap-on too that I bought off people, right?
I mean,
garage sales best way to go for Snap-on tools.
Oh, dude, if you can get Snap-on at a good deal, I'll absolutely buy them. Yeah, they'll never go wrong.
Yeah, it's like when it comes like my fucking my impacts, right?
Yeah,
I got Milwaukee now, and those motherfuckers were great.
Well, I got two air impacts right now. I got my 3/8, which is a Snap-on unit, which is a nice one. And my big 1/2-inch drive one for heavy duty work is an Ingersoll Rand. And that thing has never encountered a bolt that it couldn't fucking unstick or break.
Oh yeah. I got rid of my air impacts. I got rid of my fucking 2-stage compressor. Because I mean I could have had it in my garage, but when I got it out of finally got it back after divorce was final. Guess what? Some things were broken on. I'm like, what else do they do this motherfucker here? So I just sold that motherfucker.
See, I got this really nice old fucking belt-driven Campbell Housefield.
Yep.
It's an amazing compressor, dude. But here's the problem: what we were just talking about, it's 220.
See, the one I had, it ran off 110. It was perfect belt-driven.
Now my small one runs off of 110. I do have a compressor that runs off of 110, but it's nothing like the 220 one that I got.
But I'll tell you that one I had that was belt-driven that worked off 110.
Yeah.
That motherfucker would keep up with the goddamn fucking air gun for fucking impacts, fucking painting, all that. Which one I had prior, and then it was just single stage, right? No belt. That motherfucker, I had to have a fucking separator on the air gun for the paint.
Really?
Yes, because then it would have that much moisture to it.
Oh, that's no good.
Yeah. It wasn't good for finishing, but it worked for, say, if you wanted to prime or something.
Sure.
Right there. That was about it. But it didn't even like to run a goddamn fucking sandblaster gun, small sandblaster gun. It didn't even like doing that. So that's why I got upgraded to the 2-stage one that was 110. And Lowe's used to sell them all the time.
It's not a bad idea. I could see, this is the reason why I want a freaking actual house with an actual shop, because I would love to have a fucking sandblaster, some
Yep.
stuff like that.
And I'll tell you, I mean, you can get sandblaster cheap right there, just small, portable. It's got the
Oh, yeah,
tube
they don't
so
cost
puts
much,
right
yeah.
down in the bag of sand or whatever you use it, right? It works great.
Yep.
But hell, well, maybe one of these days, Mick, you might be able to find the right house out there at the right price out there.
That would be nice. That would be nice. I do. I want to build. I mean, I got a shop here and it's nice, but I got to keep everything small. I want one where I can really kind of spread out a bit and get the good shit that works on bigger items.
Oh yeah. That's oh damn. Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, Rocky's here, but Rocky's not here.
I was trying to fix all my sound and stuff.
No,
What's going on, fellas? How y'all doing?
Oh,
Okay.
good enough. Yeah, good enough.
Just a typical Sunday.
Yeah. I'm learning how to make bread right now.
What kind of bread
Learning how
you
to
making?
make bread.
Yeah, like knead it and everything. I did that part. I'm waiting for it to puff
Proof.
up before I put it in the oven.
Yeah, they say you gotta let it proof. Gotta let
Yeah,
it double in volume. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well,
Now-
you know what, dude?
I think I
It's
have
a lot
another
better.
hour and then I got another hour and I think when I go up there, I'm gonna set the oven up and everything. And I'll be back after that, of course,
Yeah.
Well,
and put it
Let
all
me ask-
on.
what kind of bread you making, Rocky? First of all,
Sandwich
white,
bread.
sourdough, white, wheat.
Just white wheat.
Okay. Now, what's the temperature in your house?
I don't know.
Well, sometimes, see, I keep my house at 69, right? The proof bread, I have to put it in the oven with the oven light on. Because when it's below a 70 some degrees, it's proofing a lot slower. Put it that way.
That makes sense.
So next time you make
I'm
it,
excited.
Yeah.
I'm excited because
No,
I'm
that's
learning
good.
something new. You know what I
No,
mean? I'm
Rocky.
learning something new.
Yes. No, that's great. But also, too, Rocky, did you use a stand mixer or do everything by hand?
I did part of it by hand and part of it by mixer.
Because you can
Okay.
do all of it if you got you have a KitchenAid, right? Stand mixer.
Yeah, we have that. We have that thing,
Okay.
and I put it in the thing and
Yep.
The dough
mixed
hook.
it, and then I pulled it out, got all the rest of the flour, put it back in, mixed it.
Because I mean, you can just do all that, leave it in one bowl, and then fucking let it proof in that same bowl too.
I know, but I made enough bread to make 4 loaves.
Oh, cool. You got to freeze that because there's no way you're going to eat it quick enough to keep it from going bad. Because homemade
I
bread,
know, I know.
it goes bad way quick.
Oh yeah.
Heidi had made about 2 weeks ago. We started making bread, and Heidi made bread the first week, and then she made bread last week, and it was amazing. So I'm like, dude, I gotta learn. I gotta learn because I just want to know how to do this in case something happens.
Yeah. Well, also, dude, I mean, Charlene and I, we look for bread for various reasons, and when we have to buy like a certain type of bread, like a baguette or, something like that, like we really have to look at the fucking ingredients, because a lot of it's got soybean oil and a lot of that garbage that nobody wants in their bread. And, you make your own, you circumvent that entire problem.
Yeah, I looked up the bread that's from Ezekiel chapter 4, right?
Yep.
And then so we can try and make that stuff,
But you
the
gotta have the
recipe.
right
But there's a couple of
ingredients.
things I've never even heard of in there, so we're gonna do that later.
Well,
Spelt
that's
and
why-
millet and all that.
I don't know, dude. It's got like
It's-
lentils.
Yes, it's the
and-
same. Rocky, they sell that in some grocery stores already frozen. Little tape.
I know. Well, after I left the Fife, right?
Yeah.
I ate the Ezekiel bread and I was like, this crap is terrible. I was like, it did not taste good, right? But I'm gonna make it so it tastes good.
It makes amazing
like
toast.
there's a bread that you can make a bread that has like almost I guess basically all the nutrients that you need, right? That way we have that also. I don't know how long it'll last, but I'll put it in the freezer, But I wanted to learn how to do it, so I'm doing it.
Yeah, well, you'll never be at a disadvantage doing it.
No,
Like
no.
like Mick said, if you're making 4 loaves, 3 of them you're gonna have to fucking freeze after you bake them.
Yep.
Yeah, I know. I know.
But
But that
make
don't hurt none.
but make sure when you pull them out right of the oven, you take them out of the thing, put them on a wire rack to cool. Don't
Yeah,
let
I
them
got one of
cool.
those.
Don't let them cool in the pan. Do not. You
Makes
know,
sense.
Yeah.
I found out the hard way. It didn't work too well. You know, because I mean, I knew to like making bread. Now, if you can make bread right, you can make your own pizza dough, make your own pizza too.
I know.
Pizza dough's a
There's
little
a
more
lot,
involved, though.
lot
That's a
more that I
multi-day
can do.
process.
Well, you could, depends on what kind of dough you're making too, man.
Good dough. Good pizza dough takes like 2 days.
I I do a 3-day cold ferment after it proofs right. Then I divide it, put it in my fucking containers. I put it in the fridge for 3 days.
Yeah.
You know, but you can also make it to where you can have it that night too, that day.
Well, it'll work, but it won't be nearly as good.
Yeah, in a way I can agree with you on that one. You know,
I mean, I could take Pillsbury freaking croissants and make pizza crust out of it. I mean, yeah, it'll work.
actually I've done that. That actually ain't too bad though, really. But it's more like a heavy fucking crust dough than anything. Is it good for you? Fuck no.
No,
That's the one thing I want to do is make croissants, but that's a labor of love right there.
we'll make it sauce. Yeah.
No, croissants.
Oh, croissants. Well, yes, that's also labor of love. It takes a lot
Oh,
of
you
work.
make sure you got to wear a beret while you do it, like a Frenchman.
Well, the thing,
You can go, "Moi, les compétents." Just play it.
no, I know what you mean. But the reason I say they're pain in the ass, Rocky, because they're layer on them. There's multiple layers in that motherfucker right there.
Well, that's the whole point.
I do like croissants though. Croissants.
They are good though. You know, and if you can make bread, Rocky, too, you can make biscuit dough too. That's really easy to make.
I do it every weekend.
You know, that don't take long to do, but I do it all by hand. You know,
Yeah, so do I. Trick is to a good biscuit is you gotta get your butter in there nice and even, nice and cold, and then you gotta fucking roll it and fold it, roll it and fold it like Damascus steel, right?
Yep.
90 degrees to itself. So you fold it one direction, you roll it the opposite direction, you fold it, you roll it the opposite direction. That way you get cross layers. You do that about 4, 5, 6 times. Then when they come out, like you don't even need to cut them. You just find where the layer you want and just pull that thing apart, and there it is.
Yep. And I can contest to that because if you do it the wrong way, you got to cut it. I have did that before.
Yeah. Yeah, you do it wrong, you get a hockey puck.
Yep. I mean, they're still good for biscuits and gravy, but they ain't very good. Say if you want to make a sandwich out of it,
No.
you know. What the fuck?
Well, I make biscuits 2 different ways. I make them a certain way for sandwiches,
Yeah.
a certain way to be eaten with gravy.
You know. That's like I do like a good drop biscuit too. That's not good for sandwich, but it's good for biscuits and gravy.
Sure. Or you can use the dough and make dumplings out of it.
Yep. Which I've never made dumplings out of it, but I know you can do it though.
Yep. Well, that's one of the best things to do, man. You fucking make chicken and dumplings. You make a homemade chicken noodle soup, real heavy on the chicken. You take your raw biscuit dough and you put it over the top and you bake it.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah. I haven't done that yet with when I make I don't make chicken dumps, but I do make like it's not a soup, but it's not a fucking casserole either. It's like in between.
Yeah. It's something in between. Yeah. It's almost like oh hell, I don't even know what you'd call it. It's kind of its own category. It's got a little bit of both in it.
Yes. Because I can't stand nickel like chicken noodle soup, right? That's fucking all broth, right? Cannot.
No. No, you got to
Yep.
have the mirepoix in it. You got to have the
Yes.
fucking chunks of chicken in it. You
Yep.
got to have, you know, good, you know, good thick noodles in it. You know, you add
Yep.
toward the end.
And you got, for me, everybody's different on this one.
All right.
For me, those good old Amish egg fucking noodles, nice thick ones.
Yeah. Yeah. I go with the thick ones myself.
Yep.
Not
And
little
most people,
stringy ones. No. I need the thick ones.
you'll be surprised how many people don't know what Amish noodles are too.
Really?
Yep.
Well, I mean, the Amish are really only in the Northeast and a little bit of the Midwest. Most of the country.
They're all over Missouri. That they are.
Yeah.
But you'd be surprised
That's
people
the
around
Midwest.
here. Yeah, but a lot of people are like, oh, I don't know what those are. It's like, where the fuck did you grow up at? Where did you guys
Really?
fucking? I was
I
like,
mean, if a guy from Florida don't know what it is, that makes sense.
yes. You know, but
But anyone in the Northeast and Midwest should know what a fucking Amish noodle is.
yes. All the way up from fucking, I knew New York had some, right? All the
Oh,
way down
yeah.
to Pennsylvania, Ohio, fucking Indiana, right?
Yeah.
Some in Illinois, you know, all that shit. And a lot of Missouri, and some in Iowa. You know, I'm like, damn, okay. But I said, I tell people, you're missing out on that shit.
That's another thing I want to get into is making my own pasta. Because I looked at it, ain't that hard.
And it gets easier if you did have a stand mixer, right? Because you get that attachment that goes around the end of that KitchenAid, right?
It
You
cuts it
sheet
for
it.
you.
Sheet it and cut it. Yes.
Yeah.
You know, because if you're trying to sheet it, that sucks my hand. That does. I've tried it. Fuck that. You know, but if you still got to roll it out. But as long as you get it thin enough to get in that sheeter,
Yep.
it'll sheet it for you just fine.
Okay.
You know.
Yeah, no, I've seen the cutter. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I got the one that has the cutter and the sheeter on both. You know,
Perfect.
one end, yeah. I just don't do it a whole lot because I don't eat a lot of pasta anymore.
You see, I could take or leave pasta generally, but my wife, she's a noodle lover.
That's why, you know, when Walmart started carrying the bronze cut, right? Just a couple ingredient fucking noodle.
Yeah.
That's what I started buying. I was like, why make it if they're already making it?
Well, yeah, I mean, as long as it's just like flour, eggs, and water.
Yeah, that's it. That's
A little
all it's in
salt,
it.
like maybe. What do you need?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know. But Nick, have you ever seen this from a mechanic side point of view, right?
All right.
Have you ever seen anybody put diesel to clean out their crankcase?
Diesel to clean. I've heard of it.
I got one here, fellas.
No, I've used transmission fluid to clean out my crankcase. That does work because of all the detergents in it. I've heard of guys using diesel, but I've never actually seen anyone do it.
Here's water out here.
But it makes sense. I mean, getting the sludge out, yeah.
God damn it. All right, let me stop and reshare this motherfucker. Because a lot of people don't realize how much detergent is in fucking diesel right there.
Yeah, like a lot.
Oh, fuck. You son of a bitch. Eric. I don't know why it fucking does that every fucking time now. All right. I'm going to give it one more go and I'll play it without sound. There we bring up. Well, fuck are you at? Where the fuck you at? Oh, there we go. Right there. All right. Share with sound.
What are we doing here?
Oil change, dude.
There we go.
A quick trip?
Yeah. $5 for some diesel? Pop that hood, Todd. So the 4Runner's got like 342,000 miles, and she's a little crusty on the inside, just due to age.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty crusty.
Even me doing 5,000 mile oil changes and occasional oil cleaning solutions isn't really going to fix it. So let's put some diesel in it. It's green, so it gets green. Oh, magic smoke. So it takes like 5.7 quarts of oil. What is that in diesel units? It's at least a gallon of diesels. I know you're thirsty. Drink up. So diesel has a bunch of detergents, and theoretically, you drive it around a little bit. This should clean up that crankcase a little bit and make an oil cleaning solution. I don't know if a gallon was the smartest idea. All right, let's go. Right now, all them detergents are like.
Your oil light's on.
It feels faster, dude. It feels like I'm rolling coal right now. I'm not worried, but come on, guys. Hurry it up. Let's get her on the lift and see what happened. I'm getting a little bit of diesel. Pump 3, diesel?
Pump 3, diesel.
I miss having a lift.
Good thing I changed shirts. I'm afraid to move. That looks like a lot.
Catastrophe, dude. It is everywhere.
Well, that was terrible. One nugga. It's just gonna spray everywhere.
Nice.
So as we can see, looking at the inside, that diesel fuel definitely did clean up a lot of that buildup that was on top of that baffle. Now I poured way too much diesel inside of this thing, so I'm pretty sure there's a good amount of diesel in there. So I'm gonna pour some Supertech in there and run this for at least another 100 miles to really get all that stuff worked out, all of that crud built up and get it captured in that oil filter. And I'll do another oil change. It seems a little excess, but I want this baby to last another 340,000 miles. Now let's start it on up and see if that oil light went away. A little scared there for a second. So what do I expect this to do? Clean that crankcase, get all that gunk nice and loosened up, and after about 100 miles driving this thing around, should all collect. We'll do another oil change, and this.
Well, the only caveat with that, it does work, but you do not want that motor going over about 2,500 RPMs because diesel's a great cleaner, but it's a shitty lubricator. So putting around town for about 20 minutes, just kind of get it all circulated and get all the gunk knocked loose. Yeah, that makes good sense. It works just fine. But man, you do not want to take that shit on the highway.
No.
They probably should have explained that during that video. It was like, yeah, you don't want to do that.
But I've never seen anybody ever try that before.
Yep. No, I've heard of it. A lot of the old timers I worked with said that's a good trick. They've done it before. It worked. Like I said, I've done the transmission fluid thing, and that worked real well on the old Lincoln that I bought.
Now, I've seen people do that before.
Yeah.
That one.
Let's just say the transmission fluid is a far less extreme version of it. It's the same philosophy, but tranny fluid actually is a decent lubricator. Not as good as motor oil, but you're taking a lot less of a risk with tranny fluid than you are diesel.
Oh yeah.
Back in a second.
All right. When you get back, I got something else for you. How do you say a certain word backwards?
Oh my goodness.
What?
Knowing you, it's probably something ridiculous.
Have to wait and see, Rocky.
I'll wait and see. I'm waiting to see.
I don't always send y'all everything that I find on Facebook or Reels. I send more of that shit that's got the music tied into it so we don't get copyrighted. Yeah. What's the weather out there, Vic or Rocky? Hot?
It is 83 degrees right now.
Nice. It's 77 here right now.
So it's like it's cooling down.
Yep. That's why I said earlier, Full Gallon Live, it's like the nice September weather right now. Not too hot, not too cold. All right.
Be done.
There you go, Mick. Rocky.
How do you say prissy backwards?
Who the
Of
fuck did
course.
Gilly the internet? That's what I want to know.
You're
Who
banned from
authorized
the
Gilly
internet.
to be online?
Hey, I found that on fucking Facebook of all places.
It's like fucking giving a chimp a machine gun, man.
Hey, at least I don't say the interwebs like fucking Richard Rowan does.
The interweb.
Oh, I can find more fucked up shit on the internet. It needs to give me time, but I just don't. I don't stay
Oh,
a lot
there's
on there.
plenty of that stuff to go around, dude.
Huh?
There's plenty of that. There's
Oh, I
plenty
know.
of
If I
that.
really, God damn it, Chad, I already sent you one to your fucking email.
Chad
Chad,
coming
you
on?
Yeah. Set together. You know, so yeah. I just wish we could like that one website, Nick, that fucking the gory one. I wish we could show that some of that shit. Some of that shit is good, funny. You know,
What's that?
that like that one site you showed us that we had to delete.
Oh, that. Yeah, I've got a whole bunch of that stuff saved.
Whatever
dude.
site that was. Right there.
Yeah, yeah. But they can't be having that on the YouTubes.
No, because after we checked the goddamn fucking the fucking rules, like, yep, we better delete that one.
Half of the good sailor humor out there is apparently illegal.
Exactly. Oh, did anybody that F-18 that went down to California? Has anybody seen the video after
Yeah,
that pilot? You seen the past the
Yeah.
purpose video? Okay.
yeah, yeah. The cop's like, "You're
What
all right?
happened?
Yeah, I'm good. I just need your cell phone. I gotta call this in." Dude's like,
Yep.
completely chill. He's just
Oh,
fucking.
Rocky, you haven't seen it yet, Rocky?
Yeah, the dude
I have
almost.
not been on the internet, boys.
Yeah, the
Okay,
dude
here-
When I
almost
did-
died, and he's like cool as a cucumber.
Here it is, Rocky. Since you ain't seen it yet.
Good. Are you the only pilot?
I am, sir.
Okay.
I'm okay.
Okay. Let me see. Parachute laceration.
Yeah, it looks like I went through some trees on the way down.
What kind of jet is that?
That's an F8. Well, that was
An F-18. I heard you guys.
Yep, we were doing circles over the lake, doing in some low level training,
Okay.
and then I tucked in, and I'm not sure exactly. Honestly, I'm a little.
No. You're fine.
But I tucked in.
You hit the tree bad, bud.
I went through the trees.
Jesus.
And I'm looking up, so like I'm here, I'm flying level with the ridge line.
Got you
And then-
shaking.
Yeah.
I have some adrenaline going up.
No, here. No, you're
Um,
good. Come sit in my truck here. Take a seat and you can make a call.
Hey, buddy, I just crashed. I need you to do some stuff for me. Hey, sir.
Mhm.
And that would suck going through the trees like that.
Shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially if he ejected at low altitude.
Yeah. That
The
kills
only
guys.
thing that I saw on the news was that Clancy chick.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's a fucking rabbit hole.
And the only reason I saw is because there was a text message where a guy broke up with his girlfriend because she was like siding with that woman. He's like, I can't stay with you.
I saw
I can't
that,
trust
yeah.
you.
Yeah, I can't trust you. Yeah, if you side with her, then yeah, I don't feel my children will be safe.
That's like the new litmus test for women now. For guys evaluating
Do you
women.
support child murderers? Yes or no?
Yeah, I mean, dude, what is going on? It's like a massive psychosis kind of thing.
Well, you know my thoughts on it.
Yeah, it's
Oh, and
it's
real
bad.
quick,
It's
the
really bad.
the WNBA is gonna get a real reality check because 2 former NBA players are gonna be entering the women's draft as
Yep.
females just to prove the fucking point right there.
Yep.
Oh,
They are going to
I
dominate
think,
every
I,
single
think I
fucking
know what
game.
you're talking about.
Yes. And the WNBA, all the heads of it, right, had a fucking conference about that. They're like, well, there ain't nothing in the rules saying it can't happen. So I was like, okay, game on, motherfuckers.
Oh, I love this world in which we live. Don't you, Rocky?
You know,
You know, I'm just
I just-
like around this time last year, I'd be really like mad and pissed off and worried, but now I'm just kind of like, well, you
but
know,
I mean, I just find it funny. It took this long for somebody to finally say, okay, I'm gonna test the waters on this shit right here.
It was bound to happen, though.
Yeah. And when I seen that, I'm like, about fucking time. You know, because the women's league is a good thing for women, for pro basketball players, right? To get in the pros. But it's up to the women to make the league fucking profitable right now.
It is.
And right now, it's not.
It's a business.
Yeah.
If your business ain't profitable, it goes down.
Yeah.
That's the way it works.
Yeah. And the only two players that's brought any fucking people into that is Caitlin Clark and Sophie Cunningham right there.
And they're both white, and that pisses every other player off.
That it does, too. That it does. There was one black girl that said, well, this is our game. No, you forget. Basketball was invented by a white person.
But yeah, you ever seen a basketball team back in the 40s? Bunch of Larry Birds out there.
It was invented by Nathan, God damn it, Naismith, fucking back in the 1800s.
Yeah, it's an old game.
Yeah. But back then, they just used the ball, went to a pizza fucking crate. Right there.
Yeah, same difference.
Yeah.
It's a
But he did it
refinement,
for
not a
exercise.
change of the game itself.
Yeah, but he did it for exercise for his fucking kids. You know?
Yeah, that makes sense, yeah.
But I just love how fucking all these fucking black fucking players, especially the women, don't know who invented the fucking game that they fucking claimed as their own.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
It's like how Brits think it's funny, or Brits get annoyed when we call football soccer, and they call it football.
Oh, yeah, they do too.
And if you go back far enough, soccer was actually a British word for the game.
Yep. It's just like, I mean, growing up, I did not know this, right? I thought Jackie Robinson was the first one, break color barrier, right? No. In 1800s, they had black fucking players on professional teams. But a lot of the owners did not like it because they was down south.
Mm.
So they eventually kicked them off. But they had black people playing in the pros in the 1800s.
Yeah, it's not surprising.
And just like our first fucking president. Because we actually had a black president way before Obama and all that bullshit. It was before we declared independence, right? The first president of the you know what I'm talking about? Like a federation of the states, right?
So the Articles of Confederation?
Well, before we fucking went against England, we had a president, right? It was a black person over that shit.
Gonna need receipts on that.
Oh, I got it. I had it at one time. First president before Washington. Presided over the fucking First Continental Congress right there. But the first one to hold the title was Washington.
I'm surprised the We Was people hasn't latched onto this one.
You know.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I mean, we've had a lot of firsts way before first ever came about. You know. And that's what people need to fucking look back at throughout history and all that shit. You know. And I hope Trump, and I would love for Trump at the end of his fucking term, right? Say, I identify as a female, put a wig on, change his name, right, to a female name, and then just piss people off, fucking run for another term.
His name will be Donald Dina Trump.
Dina Trump, I like it.
But I've seen people like, oh, that could be a possibility. It could be.
No, what would be even funnier is watching Donald Trump Jr. say, hey, you stop freaking making fun of my mother. She's a very courageous woman. She's been through a lot. Because you know Donald Trump Jr. would just like take that shit right in stride.
Yeah.
He wouldn't miss a beat.
I mean, you have to use their tactics against them because then they get so mad, but they really can't be mad because they're the idiots that believe that stuff in the first place. Like
Yeah.
they believe in crazy non-reality. So it's like
And then you got to hit. Then when you hit him with crazy, it's like, well, okay, we kind of have to now.
it's either you stop being crazy and we start doing things right, or we're going to keep playing this game. Although it is a complete waste of time, but it is entertaining.
It's a huge waste of time. Yes.
I almost think it's a distraction to get people off the trail of what's actually going on.
Well, it
It's
is.
partially that, yeah. I think so. I think it's partially that, and I think some of these people are that genuinely fucking delusional.
Well,
Dude,
some of them
yeah.
are.
I mean,
Some of them are.
now, yeah.
Like
I mean,
these
it's
Floridians.
almost impossible not to believe that they're not delusional because they are acting so delusional.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yep. Logic has clearly left the chat with them.
Yep. Well, especially when you see him with blue hair, all that bullshit, fucking scepter, fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
Every time I see one at the store, right, the woman or even a guy with that, I call it a hog ring or fucking cow ring.
I call it hog ring. Yeah.
Yeah. But bulls got the same fucking ring too. So
See, one of my favorite things to do if I see one of them fucking blue hairs with the hog ring or any chick that looks like that, or one of them really butchy looking chicks, if I see them out in public, what I love to do, I like to slap my wife's ass and say, "Move it along, woman." Oh, and she knows what I'm doing, so she plays right along with it because she don't like him either.
Yeah, I'm going to use a Rush Limbaugh term. You're going to make those feminazis come after you.
Yeah. I have yet to make one yell at me, but I'm hoping for the day. I'm working on it.
Oh, I had one time in Columbia say something to me because I had a fucking grunt style shirt on, had a gun on the back. She goes, "You shouldn't be wearing it." I said, "Why?" "It's got a gun on it." I said, "I like guns. Shut the fuck up."
Yeah.
They
said that to a fucking hick in Missouri. Really? Where do they think they were going with that?
This was in Columbia, which is more liberal now.
You're still in fucking Missouri.
I don't know. But you'd be surprised. You'd be surprised how many
socialism.
Well, if what you should have said was, "Don't mind the one on my back, mind the one on my waist."
That's right, Chad said Chad again. Oh, you'd be surprised how Columbia is fucking liberal like a motherfucker. It's like it's worse than St. Louis and Kansas City is. And I did wear that same fucking shirt the other day to fucking take River to school.
Yeah.
For his orientation right at the middle school.
Mm-hmm.
And nobody said a word. Even the cop there never said a fucking word about it.
No. They knew who they're looking at. Yeah.
Oh yeah. But you'd be surprised to say if I did that St. Louis, Kansas City, right? Even a fucking image of a gun will set them fuckers off right there.
Well, I think how you carry yourself says it all. I mean, like I told you that one time I was open carrying a pistol around a couple of cops having lunch. They looked at me up and down once, went back to their lunch.
Yeah.
Like,
and I always carry a knife everywhere I go too.
Oh, obviously, yeah.
Shit, I've been carrying that big old knife that fucking Hydrick made me. And people can see that motherfucker. You can't hide that bitch very well.
See, I wish you could open. I'm not sure about Washington law. I wish you could open carry like a K-bar.
Get up here. Get up here.
Let's find out.
But I do have, my normal combat knife for my normal clothing, and then I actually have a dress knife. I do have an Opinel for a really slender little Opinel knife that if I have to wear slacks or a suit, I'll keep that on me. So yeah, I even have a dress knife.
Come on, man. Okay, stand up.
All right.
Turn around.
All right.
I know. We're working on that. We're working on that, pal.
Be sure here.
I see what you're telling me. I see what you're telling.
Open carry most knives are generally legal in Washington State, with restrictions probably on carry conceal certain knife types in specific locations.
Okay. Hunting
Washington-
knives, Bowie knives. Oh, holy shit. You can carry switchblades now? I didn't know that you could freaking carry switchblades. I thought they were totally illegal.
Yeah. See,
All
this
right.
includes full knives, fixed blades, hunting knives, Bowie knives, as you like. It's free blade. Switch, yeah. See, there you go, Mick. Now, the only ones you can't do is the gravity knives, butterfly knives, metal knuckle knives.
Ballistics.
Yeah.
Okay, so see, I don't get that though, because butterfly knives take a while to deploy, but a switchblade is instant. But just set up there, you can have switchblades.
Yeah.
That's just weird to me. I don't know why they would have that.
See, of course, school grounds, courthouse, and government buildings, airports, and secure facilities. That's the one place they're fucking prohibited or restricted out there.
Which is, fair enough. Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, really the only one that
You got to stay within that 3.5 inches length right there.
but am I concealing it if it's in my pocket, but the end of the knife and the clip is visible?
That's open to it. That would be open to interpretation right there.
Okay. Interesting.
I mean, you have any cop buddies out there?
Any what?
Any buddies on the force out there?
I don't know. I don't know any police officers.
Well, next time you see a police officer, right?
Yeah.
I would ask him that question.
Yeah, I couldn't hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah, last time I checked, I mean, and I looked it up a couple of years ago, and switchblades were illegal in Washington State, like flat out, just you can't even own one.
Yeah, but this came into play July 20 last year.
Okay, so yeah, I must have missed that entirely. So okay, cool. That's awesome. So I can carry a switchblade.
Yes.
Sweet.
But if you're open to carrying, right, does
You
not
can carry
impose
anything.
a state. Yes.
You can carry anything. Okay.
Fuck you.
So I can't open carry my K-bar.
Yeah, you could carry if you got a fucking what's that Filipino fight knife?
Bolo.
No, the curved one.
Oh, the karambit?
Karambit. You could open carry that motherfucker if you wanted to. Seems like.
Yeah, but the thing is, a karambit's only got like a 2.5-inch blade, man. Those are not big knives. You could probably carry one of them anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think Work would be too happy with me, though. I'm pretty sure Boeing says, yeah, no fixed blade of any kind.
Probably right. Yeah, but you're in the warehouse now.
Oh, I'm not working anywhere near the airplane. Yeah, that doesn't even apply.
Well, to open the box up, you got to use box knives, right? Or knives.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Yeah.
And people don't think a box knife can't be used as a weapon. They're full of shit right there.
Anything pointy can be. John Wick once killed 3 people in a bar with a pencil. Anything pointy can be used as a weapon.
Fucking chopsticks, anything.
Yeah.
I mean.
Oh, I got some hardwood chopsticks that I use at home. One of the nice ones you don't throw away. I could definitely fucking stab you with them.
That is still the one thing I cannot use eating. It's fucking chopsticks.
All that time you spent in the Orient, you can't use fucking chopsticks.
Nope.
So I've been able to use them since I was like 10. Like my mother insisted on teaching me how to use chopsticks. She's like, you got to know how to do this.
I got to do it the way the kids do with rubber bands. Put it that way.
Oh, really?
Uh-huh. Yeah. I guess for my little ass, it's fucking too complicated.
I guess. I mean, it's just your middle finger, your forefinger. You spear them on each finger with your thumb holding it in place, and then you just use the thumb and forefinger to manipulate the top one.
I know, but I can't, for some reason, it doesn't work. And that was before I had problems with weakness in my hands, all that bullshit.
Well,
You know.
shit, dude, you're retired now. You got all the time in the world. Get you some chopsticks, boil up a pound of noodles, and go to fucking town.
Here's what I eat everything with: a big fucking spoon, noodles, everything.
Serious?
Yeah, I don't. You hardly ever see me using a fucking knife or a fork. anymore.
Really?
Yeah. I just get a big old fucking spoon and just in a big old bowl.
Pull it in.
Yeah. You know, I'm odd like that. I am.
What'd you do?
You know,
You seen what you did?
Uh,
I'm very odd though.
Is Chad getting on?
He said he's having trouble. And I told him to keep trying. I sent him another invite.
Why don't you try calling him? It might work better. It might be what
Well,
happens.
I noticed when I fucking tried to start the meeting tonight, I had a couple errors come up.
Really?
Yeah. So then I kept trying to get it worked. So I'm thinking if he's getting error, he's gonna have to keep trying. Eventually he'll go through. Because you guys didn't have no trouble getting on, did you?
No, I didn't.
And you're the only one I did not send email to. Matt, I sent email to Matt and Mick, just like I did Chad. You know, but I know his email does work because he was on last week and the time before.
I know.
So I use that same email. So
Okay.
I'm gonna tell him get on his fucking use your phone there. Try it. You know. And Lil Tate, he was supposed to come on today, but I know he was been moving too, so you know.
It's getting bedtime for somebody's grandson.
Big, did you like that frozen pizza hack I showed and sent to y'all last night? Can't hear you, Mick.
a lot of the chicks, or a lot of the people, sorry, in the comment section were like, dude, dump this chick, run like hell. I'm just like, you know what? That's got some honest creativity about it. I mean, the crust itself is itself pizza, and then she makes pizza. It's like, there's a certain logic to this that I do not hate.
But I mean, okay. I would not even thought about doing that right there. And I fucking come up with some crazy fucking ideas, especially being fucking stoned.
Well, I mean, you know me and my grilled pizza sandwiches, right? You take old ass cold pizza, you peel the freaking cheese and toppings off, and you make grilled cheese with it. Dude,
Yeah.
I thought that shit was creative, but that's on another level what you just showed me.
I see that. I said, are you fucking kidding me? I was like, okay. I mean, it didn't look very good until she kneaded the dough, right?
Well, then she made it all into dough, rolled it out, and rebaked it. So, all right.
A grilled cheese pizza.
I wonder.
Take
I
cold
don't know if
pizza,
I'll have.
just scrape off the old cheese. And
I don't know
and put that in.
if I would try that or not.
I wouldn't try it, but boy, it's like some real mad scientist level shit she was doing. Like,
Now, if I could still eat like regular pizza, right, like Jack's and all that, which Jack's pizza's cheap,
yeah.
I would do that with Jack's pizza. I ain't gonna do that with the vegan pizza I gotta eat now. That's too damn expensive.
Oh, well, yeah, there is that.
Fucking those
But-
pizzas are $10 a fucking pizza in the frozen section right there.
Serious?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
And they're not as big as the Giornos or Red Bear, all that shit.
Now, can you get like a duck pepperoni that you can eat?
I just get the turkey pepperoni.
Or but there's a bird pepperoni you can eat.
Oh well. Oh, well.
Okay, that's good.
But most time, if I want meat on there on my pizzas, I just use the fucking Italian duck sausage that I have.
Yeah, that works too. Yeah, okay.
You know, and put that bitch on there like little dollops, right? But leave it raw because I'm cooking hot and fast, anyways.
Sure. Yeah, you're not gonna get all fucking greasy and pulled.
Yep. But when you do that with the raw, the grease goes down into the dough right there. You don't want to do that with thin crust.
No, no.
But if you use a little thicker crust like hand tossed, that works perfect for that. Or Detroit style works good for that.
No. Yeah, I do mine hot and fast too. 12 minutes.
Yeah.
650-degree grill.
Yep. Oh, and I've had people on these smoking pages, right? They're like, "Has anyone ever done one of a smoker?" I'm like, if you're gonna do it, you gotta do it in the drum smoker. A regular offset smoker, they ain't gonna get hot enough, right there.
Not nearly.
Well,
No, pizza
I see.
needs to be 500 degrees minimum.
yeah, I told him. I said, best way to do it If you got a drum smoker, do it that, or you have a fucking pit boss, or fucking gas. If you got a gas grill, that's even better right there for that.
Well, so here's my contention. Okay, not every food needs to have smoke, right? But if you want your pizza to have smoke your toppings.
Yep.
Then make your pizza normal like, put your smoke toppings on, and then cook it hot and fast. You don't need to smoke your pizza. You can smoke your pepperoni, you can smoke your cheese, right?
Yep.
You know, what you need smoked, you can smoke and then put it on top and then just cook it normally. You know, there's no reason to have a pizza in a smoker. Like some shit, yeah, I know everyone wants to mix and match and try new things, but some things just aren't really done because it's just not the right way to do it.
Yep. That's why I like the drum for that shit, because you gonna get smoke anyways off that son of a bitch.
Yeah, but if you put on smoked ingredients, right?
Oh yeah. Oh
The
yeah.
amount of, it's gonna have more of a smoky flavor than if you do it in a barrel, because it's not going to be in the barrel for long enough to really get a good smoke flavor, right? But if you smoke that fucking salami for 3 hours, if you smoke that cheese for 2 hours, you're going to get a lot more smoke by doing it the way I just said than by putting it in the smoker. Even if you can do it, it's still not going to be as good.
No, but I will say I've done biscuits at 350 on mine, but loaded up with applewood, right?
Yeah.
Now that one you could taste it because I had it on a perforated pan.
Oh,
so allowed smoke to go through the bottom, not just coat over the top. Which I know what you're saying on this one, because if you have it in a regular pizza pan, right, you're not getting that smoke coming from the bottom, just on top. So you're not getting all that.
No, you're not. Yeah, it's better. It's better to just smoke your ingredients and make it like normal. It's easier. It's faster. There's less guesswork. Just do it right, for fuck's sake. You don't have to make everything barbecue pit. No. Sometimes you just do it the other way.
Well, that's coming from a New Yorker too, so he likes his thin crust.
Yes, I do. Although, what I am going to do is, since I do love it, pretty soon here I'm going to make myself a cast iron Chicago deep dish. Now, I don't call that pizza. You know that I don't consider that pizza, but it is delicious, and I want to make it.
Well, it's like, I know you like thin crust, but I think you would hate St. Louis style with that cracker crust.
I don't like cracker crusts. No, I like a thin crust, not a cracker crust.
Yep. The one thing I think you would like of St. Louis style is the cheese right there.
Like, what's the difference?
Because it's its own cheese, Provel.
Well, what do they use if not mozzarella?
No, it's a mixture of different cheeses.
Well, that's what I do too. This might be sacrilege to some, but I put on mostly the mozz, right? But I do put on shredded sharp cheddar cheese too, to give that cheese flavor a little bit of a kick. I do like a little cheddar. Again, a lot of people will fucking say no, but I do it anyway.
I'm gonna show you real quick.
Yeah, I'm curious about this.
St. Louis style.
Now, doesn't St. Louis pizza, don't they cut that into squares?
Yes, they do. There you go.
Which I don't hate, but I like to have me some crust on the end better.
Yes. See, Nick, it's
all right.
A white processed cheese blender, blended up cheddar, Swiss, and provolone.
Okay, so they use frickin' American cheese, basically.
Yep.
But they'd use a different cheddar, Swiss, and provolone. Okay, yeah, okay. I see what you're saying. Yeah, it's an American style cheese. Yeah.
Yeah, that was developed in 1940s in St. Louis.
Okay. I don't hate it from what I'm reading.
Yep.
I can see how some purists would not like it, though.
Yes, and some don't, because it does have a different flavor, a little tanginess to it right there.
Well, that's why I add a little sharp cheddar in with my mozz. I like that little bit of a tang going on.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'll tell you that cheese. Some people call that the best pizza in Missouri. I'll disagree with them. It's good, but the best one I like personally is from Shakespeare's in Columbia. Just a local joint, started as a college pizza joint, right?
Yeah.
The original one's still there on campus, right? But then they opened up another one away from campus. Now, if you like Pizza Hut style pizza, right, that pan crust, they make it the best right there.
That pan crust is about as thick as I like it.
Yep. But what sets Shakespeare's part is their crust, but also how they don't put no cooked meat on their pizza. They cook everything raw on the pizza.
Really? Okay.
That's what gives them that flavor, that grease flavor down into the crust right there.
See, now what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to get some of that Provel, put it on a pizza that I make, and see how I like it.
Yeah.
Because I mean, provolone, Swiss, and Mott's, that sounds like a pretty damn good combination.
Yep.
And I saw a couple times on the internet how you can make your own American cheese. I forgot that it's not calcium citrate. It's some kind of organic chemical that basically emulsifies the cheese so all the solids and all the oils have a completely uniform consistency. And you can just make whatever, you can blend in whatever cheese you want.
Oh yeah.
Besides, let's all face it. Anyone who makes a Philly cheesesteak with provolone, they ain't making a real Philly. Real Philly, Cheese Whiz. So it wouldn't be the first freaking delicious thing out there to have some man-made shit in it.
Well, and then you'll get, then you get half people don't like Cheese Whiz. Some people do, some people don't.
Oh, and that's perfectly fine, but literally speaking, only proper Philly is with the whiz.
But I also like it too with the white cheese and the whiz together.
Yeah. Oh, hey, I'm not disagreeing with you. I think you're totally right on this one, but it's also not technically a classic Philly either.
Yes.
And
That's like
purists get really worked up about it.
That's like everybody talks about, Tony Luke's, Pat's, right?
Yeah.
Okay, theirs is good, right? But I had better ones come out of a fucking bar.
Well, I mean,
little
yeah.
hole-in-the-wall bar. I know if Little Tay was on there, he'd be like, fuck Pat's, fuck fucking Tony Luke's.
Geno's. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I forgot about Geno's though.
Yeah, Geno's and Pat's. Those are the two that are right across the street from each other.
Yep.
I'd love to try them out, but honestly, I really just don't want to go to Philly.
The reason I was in Philly because the Laboon pulled in there, right?
Well, I mean, you had to be there. That's different.
So I was like, okay, I'm gonna try being a good Philly then.
I mean, I've been to Philly as a kid several times, but right now in my life, it's like, why would I even go there? Besides, it's shaved ribeye, right?
Yep.
Sweated onions.
Yep.
Cheese whiz on a warm hoagie. That's it.
Yeah, where's my other shot?
And some people like to sweated fucking green bell peppers on there too.
Oh, the peppers that go with the onions real nice.
You can't write that.
Yeah.
You can't write
But
that.
again, not a classic Philly.
Yep.
The only thing that's in the classic
You can't
Philly,
write that goofy.
shave ribeye, onion, cheese whiz, hoagie roll.
And one thing that I did see
Trying to
that
write that one. too.
whoever was cooking the shaved ribeye at Pat's, right?
Yeah.
They
Where's your
overcooked
bite?
the ribeye.
The what?
They
Overcooked
had
it?
the ribeye all there too long on the
Got it.
flat top.
Oh, to get stringy on you?
Now Tony Luke's, I thought their ribeye was better than Pat's on how they cooked it.
Okay. Well, I mean, just because they're the two oldest, and they're rivals and they're famous, like most of their Yelp reviews are actually not very good. Like most people will say they eat at Pat's and Geno's just for the experience, but largely they get their Philly someplace else because there's other joints out there that make them a hell of a lot better.
Oh yeah. But if I ever go back there, I can't eat them now, but if I could, I'd eat them again.
Oh no, if I found myself there, I'd absolutely go there just to eat them, just to find out for myself,
I'm surprised you never ate when I was a kid growing up.
No, my family, my aunt and uncle lived in the one of the nicer suburbs of Philly. And so when we'd go into Philly, they would, take us to the Liberty Bell and all the museums and monuments and stuff like that. They never went to wherever the hell the fucking cheesesteaks were.
Yep. Now, Matt, you ever had a cheesesteak from Philly?
No. Close to it, we got a place down here. They'll import the bread from Philly, and he does his cheesesteaks the same way, or the original wet
Yep.
and without, and then he'll do both. Yeah, but Oh, that dude. He was just a little pricey for my blood. $15 for a cheesesteak.
Whoa. How much?
How? What? Yeah.
Yeah,
How much?
yeah. 15. And then another 4 for fries.
Oh, I thought you said 50.
Yeah, I thought you said 50.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No,
Okay.
no.
You see that
If
Gordon
it's-
Ramsay jizzing in it or something? Like, what the fuck?
Okay. If it's a foot long cheesesteak like it's supposed to be, right? 15
Yeah,
nowadays, that's
Yeah.
not.
If it's
Oh, pop.
piled high,
Yeah,
yeah, that's okay.
yeah.
It ain't fucking 2002 no more, buddy. You ain't getting that,
Yeah, I know.
No.
Big Mac for freaking $1.99.
Well, it's
But-
like on Wednesday, I took River to fucking Culver's there in Columbia, right? Because we had to go get his school shoes, right?
Yeah.
He want McDonald's. I said, fuck McDonald's. He want Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A's line was out the fucking. I was like, no, wait, this fucking.
Always is.
I said, Culver's, you never had Culver's. He said, what? I said, the butter burger. You'll like it, trust me, because he likes butter on everything.
Good boy.
And I said, you'll like the cheese curds. You're right there.
Oh, yeah. Cheese curd.
I said, and you got to get the milkshake because that's like a custard milkshake that he'd never had before.
So I ain't never been to a Culver's before.
And fucking, he finally ate into his fucking, he fucked up. He said he wanted a single, right? Butterburger. We had the double. Okay, fine. The mom, she ordered the single. And she goes, that was $22 for 2 burgers, shake, curds, and fries.
That's not bad.
With today's economy, okay.
Oh, that's what I mean. Yeah, like today, that's not bad.
Now, when River bit into it, I said, is that better than McDonald's? He said, oh, yeah. I said, I told you.
You're not supposed to ride it.
The only thing that McDonald's has in its favor, it's good enough and it's consistent.
I think the best thing McDonald's has, besides their chicken nuggets, is their fries. Right there.
Yeah. Yeah, but you know what? Now their fries, you take a shot of soda afterward and it tastes all sour because they freaking fry them in that vegetable oil shit. Like back when it was tallow, they were still good.
Well, some of the ones here in Missouri, they had switched over to tallow.
Well, McDonald's?
Yes.
Oh,
Not all
good.
of them. Some of them have.
Because
No.
I mean, ever since they changed the oil, it just tasted like shit.
See, that's what makes Popeyes so good because they do half vegetable oil, half tallow. They do a 50-50 blend right there.
Well, even back in the day when McDonald's was using tallow, they put in like I think 5% vegetable oil, and that was just to stabilize it.
Yes.
Which, fine, you know what? That little bit of vegetable oil, it ain't gonna hurt you. It's just not.
Yep.
A little bit's okay, but yeah, when it's all of it, that's really bad.
Yeah.
But my number one fries of all fucking restaurants, fast
Yeah.
food, Steak and Shake.
Well, you know the hill that I'll die on when it comes to fries.
Uh-huh.
Rallies and Checkers.
Yeah.
Yeah. I gotta go with you on there.
Yeah.
I just like how like Steak and Shake, their fries are so thin. Like
I've never been to a Steak and Shake.
The only thing with Steak and Shake fries is, at least for me, if I get them like drive-through, if you don't eat them immediately, they go cold so fast.
Oh yeah, they do. You
Oh,
gotta eat
because
those immediately.
they're so thin.
Yeah, they're
Yes.
so small, but yeah,
Okay.
I'm with Gilly on the Steak and Shake fries.
But flavor wise, without adding anything to it, any sauces, Rallies and Checkers, hands down.
Yeah.
Right there. Arby's for flavor comes close, but
Well,
not as good.
They got the OG curly fry. Their curly fries are fucking amazing. Still like Rally's better, but you got to respect their fucking curly fries.
Oh yeah. But yeah, Checkers and Rallies. Those are hard to fucking beat. Those are.
Although I bet you the ones you get at Steak and Shake, from what you're telling me, I bet you those would go really good if you wanted to, like, some people like to put fries on their sandwich.
Oh,
I
well.
bet you they'd be awesome for that.
See, every time I would get, see, they also have a fucking burger, like a steak burger fucking seasoning too.
Yeah.
That they have on the tables. That's awesome on the fucking fries before you put it on the burger.
Yeah.
That is. Look, those, it's just seasoned with salt. So you got to add some more shit to them. That's good.
See, I don't think I've ever lived in a place where there was a Steak and Shake.
Really?
Yeah, like, I mean, we have Shake and Go here, which is a different place, but like I've never been in a place where there's a Steak and Shake, at least not that I was aware of.
Yeah, I forget some I forgot they ain't on the West Coast yet. either.
Nope.
You know.
I mean, it's definitely the type of place that I would eat from the sounds of it.
Oh yeah. Well, see, and they went on to beef tallow too.
No.
You know. And that was one thing when they went to beef tallow after RFK. I was like, motherfucker, that was the one thing I could have there. The one fucking thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, see, they are a little slower cooking wise because they all do fresh to order, made to order. Shit.
Yeah, we got a place like that. We actually got a couple joints like that. We got the Burger Mill, and we've got what is it? Burger Mill and oh hell, I forgot it. We got a couple places like that are like drive-through fast food burger places. Burger Master. Yeah, Burger Mill and Burger Master, and both of them, you're waiting for your food, but like you said, everything's fresh as soon as you get it. So I mean, if you're in a hurry, don't bother. But if you want good food, definitely the place to go.
Yeah. Which I still think everything needs to be made to order. You know.
Well, the problem is
I put
people
under
are in too much of a goddamn hurry these days.
Yeah.
See, that's like KFC. They leave underneath that fucking hot lamp way too fucking long.
Yeah.
And I've tried them different couple times the last couple months, right?
Yeah.
I'll never go back to KFC ever fucking again.
No, over the years, man, my experiences with them have been consistently bad.
Yep.
And I don't care what anyone says, dude. They say their recipe ain't changed.
It has.
Bullshit. There's about double the salt there used to be.
Yep.
And I'm a salt loving guy, and it's just too much. It burns my fucking tongue after a certain point. It's like, that is too much fucking sodium, fellas. I mean, I don't give a shit health wise because despite what they say, your body just pisses out what it doesn't need. Okay. But for the flavor, it's just too much.
Yeah, that's a full-grown dog. What puppy is 150 pounds?
You what?
Looks like fucking Russia is gonna be striking Kiev
Dog
after
is that?
Kiev fucking struck the Russian economic targets in Moscow.
I don't think I checked it. Like, what kind of
They're going to
dog is
strike
150
Kiev.
Puppy is
Mhm.
150.
Really?
Since Kiev, he says, open the Pandora's box by striking Russian economic targets in Moscow.
Full-grown
Oh,
dog.
that would do it. Yeah. They ain't gonna like that.
Nope.
That's sweet.
Well, maybe Russia's fucking military is not as powerful as they claim.
It never was.
And a bunch of people have been requesting we try a certain idea.
It's funny how the fucking media don't even cover the Ukraine shit now.
For something of racing engine.
I know. Isn't it weird the stuff they're covering and the stuff they're not covering?
Yeah, like on our shit, right? They want to focus like the newest one, right? Lincoln's off. That's on the wayside right now. The newest one is that DDG. Guess what? That lost all 3 generators. They're in South Sea China now. They had to get towed to fucking Peon, right, to get fixed.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
How the hell did they
I'm
lose all
scratching
3
my
gens?
head on that. Yeah.
How did
Well,
that happen?
Because they are been forward deployed, like Fife was, right?
Yeah.
Well, over years,
if
if you're not doing maintenance correctly, Rocky, you know this goes on it.
Well, remember that guy that was like the GSM expert? He was a civilian. He would ride our ship.
Yeah.
Don't they have people like that?
They're supposed to, but I don't know if the tech reps still do it like they did when we was in. That I don't know.
I just told on you.
I mean,
know,
yeah, I mean,
but
I just remember that. I'm like, okay, so this guy's the complete expert on gas turbines, whether it's the LM2500 or the K, whatever it was, right?
K-17s, yes.
And I'm just thinking, like, why are they not doing that now? Or is this just some kind of propaganda to get people to go against the military or the administration?
Well, it could be that too, because ever since
And it's the president's fault if he does not end that stupid act or whatever it was that Obama allowed in 2012.
The propaganda.
Yes. It has
You know-
to stop. The propaganda has to stop.
But I've told
If
people
it
on
doesn't
Facebook-
stop, it's going to cause even more and more division and more problems and more
I told-
confusion.
I told people on Facebook, I said, look, shit's gonna break down. Now losing all three generators, not being able to get one back up, that's a rarity right there. That is. I said,
Cool.
but it can happen too.
Well, the whole point of
Especially if
three,
it's-
well, the whole point of
especially-
three gens is redundancy.
Especially if the fucking supply or your work service supervisors ain't reordering fucking parts like they're supposed to. You know, because when you go on deployment, we all know this. You should have every
Well,
part that you
It's the
need.
RPPO, right? They still have the
Yes.
RPPO.
Yes.
So the work center supervisor should be making sure the RPPO is doing it. The LPO should make sure. Then the chief, and then the freaking DIVO, and then the department head.
Yep.
Like, I don't understand what the problem is unless these people are just not doing their jobs.
Yep. See, that's the way it was on Lincoln, I think, because they're not cleaning the heads right. Well, clean it. It's your job to fucking clean your berthing every fucking day.
I can tell you from experience on that ship was like feminist nightmare place. It was feminized. Everything there was feminized. Like when I got there, half the people were gay or they were like transgender. Everybody was me tooing everybody. No one wanted to be held accountable for doing what was right. And when I got there, I was like, what the heck did I get myself into? And then what I realized, like, it was my time to get out of the Navy was when I made that page 2 counseling that said, you will not lie, cheat, steal, or manipulate others to get your way. You will live and breathe honor, courage, and commitment every day. The Navy core values, because the core values had changed because of tailhook, you know?
Yeah.
And the SECO said no. My department head said no.
And like my cousin Daniel was on the Lincoln, right? Same time we was on Laboon. You right? He said, I don't know what the fuck's going on with that fucking boat. He said that boat used to be one of the cleanest in the fucking fleet right there.
I know. It's a shame because, you know, I know that the boat has had rough times. I mean, it's one of those boats that's forward deployed a lot, right?
Yeah.
But if you're forward deployed that much, that means you have to be some of the best in the Navy.
Yeah. Well, it's like,
And if you're on a boat that's always getting forward deployed, that means the sailors on that boat should be getting promoted above others because they're the ones that are doing the mission daily, right?
Yep.
And I don't know why people don't think like that, but I can tell you from experience, and this was 5 years ago when I told the CO this, I said, you guys are going to lose the next war because you are worried about people's bathrooms.
Yeah.
You're worried about hurting people's feelings. And I'm sorry. I mean, feelings don't, do bullets care do bullets care about your feelings when they're coming down at you?
no, missiles, bombs, fucking shit.
No, they don't care.
They don't.
And what they're dealing with is the same stupid crap that I tried to stamp out there when I was there. When I yelled at that kid that said, I'm not going to do what my chief tells me to do because he hurt my feelings. So you're going to put, you're going to put 5,000 plus people's lives at risk on the ship because your feelings got hurt, and that's probably going to affect another 5 to 10 to 15,000 other people related to those family members that are going to lose their family because your feelings got hurt, you little crybaby. They got to toughen up, man. And this is the result of all the stupid left-wing liberal wackadoo crap about feelings. Dude, I wish I would have sent you guys this video, but I lost it. It was a woman saying, a psychotherapist saying that, you know what? Men don't need therapy. And she said, no one really needs therapy. You know what? You know why there's therapy? Because all the psychologists and psychiatrists are dishonest. And the healthy people don't need a doctor, right? But sick people do. And so they are dishonest about their evaluations. on people, letting them become the victim of everything instead of being like, no, most of the problems in your life are because of what you decided to do.
Well, they have pathologized every single human behavior there is.
And it's all a bunch of bull crap.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I look at pattern recognition and behavior more than I look at, you know, whatever they do, because I'm sorry, you can recognize patterns in certain kinds of people.
Duh.
Certain genders have a certain pattern of behavior, and once you realize what that pattern of behavior is, you act accordingly towards it. You know, and that's the problem. The problem is they continue to suck up to victims instead of telling the victims, which are probably not really victims,
No.
toughen up. Nobody owes you anything. You know, nobody owes you anything in this world. If you're going to accomplish something in this world, you're going to have to do it with hard work. You're going to have to be tough. You're going to have to be thick-skinned. You're going to have to push hard when no one else wants to help you because you haven't proved yourself to be a trustworthy person or whatever, right? And that's just the way it is. And that's what the Lincoln was like. But when I went TAD to the Carl Vinson, it was completely different. It was like night and day. And I was like, man, I would rather be stationed on this ship than I would on the one I was actually on. And I loved my kids, my sailors on the Lincoln, right? Even though some of them had their problems and everything, because I had formed a relationship with them where I was like their father and they were all my kids. So I was the loving father and they were the loyal children, right? And it worked out for me. But all the other places, all the other chiefs are having problems in their divisions, right? And the command climate specialist, which is the equal opportunity guy, he was like, why is it like this? And I said, well, because when your chiefs are correcting people on their uniform infractions or, you know, not shaving when they're going to work or not wearing the proper uniform items when they're supposed to be on duty or whatever, and then someone goes to the legal office to make a complaint and then they get a PIO in on it, some, you know, officer that doesn't know crap, that's just is looking to get people in trouble, you're going to cause a lot of dissension. So while the E6 and below were complaining that the khakis weren't doing the leadership thing, it was because they kept on getting me too'd. And like, okay, if you guys don't want to listen to us, you don't want to obey, follow orders, you don't want to maintain good order and discipline, then have it your way, guys. We're going to let you fall on your face. And once it got out, I told him this, and he was like, he waited about a month, and he told me after that, he was like, dang, dude, you were right about everything. I said, yeah. I mean, that's why I act the way I act. I act like I'm some kind of Buddha. Like I act like I'm some kind of, I don't know what you would call it, like a guy that speaks in parables.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like I speak to everyone with one story. And there was no way that I was going to be anybody's mentor, sign a contract with them after I saw what happened to a bunch of chief petty officers that signed a contract and then got me too. Some of them were guilty, but a lot of it was all false accusations. It would have been a false official statement, Article 107. And because no one was getting held accountable for their Article 107s when they lied, it's like, there's no way I'm going to do this. I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to play this game. So what if I don't put a star on? So what if I don't make senior chief? I'm ready to get out. If I can't even have people do the right thing, if they want to make us say the Sailor's Creed every day, but they won't make people live it on paper, then what's the point?
Yep.
And that's what was going on. And
yeah,
it saddens me, but I mean, what did you expect to happen?
Yeah. One of my biggest regrets back when I was on the ship was I did not use my chiefs enough. One of my biggest.
I had a lot of bad example chiefs. Like when I came through the Navy, dude, I had a lot of bad examples after I left the Fife.
Yeah. See, I was only ever on the
Fife. It was because these guys had made chief. These guys made chief. They were other rates, right? And they switched to MA1 and put on MAC real quick because it was right after September 11th. So they didn't know how to do voluntary statements. They didn't know Miranda rights. They didn't know the Constitution. They didn't know the amendments. They didn't know any of that stuff. They didn't know how to be an actual kind of like police officer, right? And they're telling us how to do stuff, and they did the shady stuff that people would do in other rates. And you know what I'm talking about. So they went to that rate to put on khakis. And then it took about 10 years or 12 years for them to get out of the Navy and retire. And by that time, that's when I put on chief, right? And it was all messed up.
The damage is already done.
People that should have never put on khakis because they had to select someone. And on top of that, you had all the equal opportunity thing, which said you had to promote this certain many of sex, this many of religion, this many of skin color, this many of whatever, right? Instead of going, this person is the fully qualified, most qualified person to put on chief. It doesn't matter if they're a boy or a girl. How did they do and what did they do? How many people got promoted under them? How well did they do their job? Did they pass inspections? Did they train their people right? None of that stuff was being looked at. And then you look on down the line, a couple years after I put on chief in 2017, that ship that crashed into another ship in Singapore due to poor training, I had to go to the court martial for that thing in Washington Navy Yard because of that whole mess, because of training. And that was the problem. They trained people, but they really didn't train them. And I don't know why.
So I think it's everything you've been complaining about for the last 20 minutes.
Yeah,
That's
I mean,
why.
I know, but it's like,
Why? You know why?
why do I see it, but no one else does?
Oh, they
Rocky,
do.
you say
Or I saw it, I said something, I got ostracized for saying it because it wasn't politically correct, right?
Well, no,
But-
they want to do their bid and they want to retire with the biggest possible pension.
I was with ATG for a few years, doing both fire school and underway inspector. And more than once, we would have ships come in, and fire school they were okay, but we'd go out and watch them do their fire drills, and basically we were told at the beginning of the training cycle, this ship is going to pass. They will deploy on time, or no, this ship will not. So yeah, it was purely political coming from the top. Who passed, who failed. There were times where they were using the OBT, objective-based training, and it was bean counters checking the block. They wanted to make sure all the blocks were checked as quickly as possible to get that ship certified. So that's what I think happened with the Singapore incident. It was a political paperwork, paper shuffle.
And
Because
this
like
is
you
where
said, they wanted to.
and this is where they need to bring back, just like how when the five got brought back to Evan, right? We was welded to the pier, make sure everything got fixed, and we got trained where we needed to be.
Yeah.
That kind of training needs to fucking come back right there.
Well, the problem is with that is people are going to be held accountable.
Yes. And guess what? When we got welded to the pier, it made us better watch standers, doing the drills, learning fucking watches, right? All that bullshit. It made us better. You know?
Yeah. It sucked that it got that bad in the freaking first place. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But we all see this with different presidents, right? Some presidents take away money, just like Clinton did with us, just like Obama did, and fucking Biden. Well, money should never be taken away from the military, especially the fucking Navy, because those boats are not cheap to keep up. They're not.
No, they're not.
You know?
Until they get the aircraft carriers that they have in like the Avengers movie, they need to. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about, right?
Oh yeah, I know. You know, but like me and Matt was saying before we went live, all those ones with that new catapult system, right? They need to change the motor, but keep that one that failed, right, as a test platform, right? If that's the way they want to go, you know.
Oh, they were using the different kind of whatchamacallit.
Electromatic ones.
Yeah, they don't work. Like I forget
Yes.
what boat it was. It was a newer carrier,
It was a Ford
And-
class carrier that they put them on.
and it wasn't working right, dude. It wouldn't work. And
Yeah.
it's like, look, that technology is not mastered yet. Stop putting it on ships until you have it mastered.
Exactly.
Oh.
Because
Well-
that's why Lincoln got extended. Because the ship was supposed to relieve them. Their fucking catapult system broke. Had that new catapult system on it.
Well, I remember what they were doing on the ship was they were changing the voltage or whatever out, right? It was like, I forget what it was. It was like, I'm guessing it was like maybe 120 volts and it went to 240 or something like that, right? And it was
Yeah.
changing all they have like these tractor like things on the carrier that move around like jets and tow them and
Yeah.
chains and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And those things were having to get plugged in. It was because they put there was a new jet that came out from the military. And it was, I think the F-35 or something, right? I forget what it was. It's newer. And it had a different voltage thing. So they need to look at all that stuff before they even build it. And I don't know. It's like, I don't know how they do things. Cause like, I remember when I did things as a physical security officer, they would give me like a 35% design something, right? And I would look at all the different categories that this would affect, right? How's it going to affect my parking? How's it going to affect my force protection stance? How's it going to affect the space that I need? How's it going to affect if I need a fire engine there, ambulance, police, all that stuff. How does it affect everything before I go and say, yeah, go ahead and do this? And I don't think they do that.
No.
Because they have so many different corporations and companies doing stuff because of the military industrial complex. There's no communication because everything's secretive, so everyone can hold on to the cash they're getting.
Well, and also too, that new catapult system is supposed to reduce manning. That's what they want. No, you keep your manning because you're gonna need that manning for DC, shit right there.
This should be the motto: mission first, sailors always.
Yeah.
You have to have sailors to complete the mission.
Yes.
Daily.
Yeah. And everybody right now, like not everybody, but majority of the fucking media, right? They're like going nuts because Trump said, no, we're going back to steam catapults on the carriers. In the story right there. Because it's tried and true.
I think that's what was on the Lincoln. I can't remember.
Yeah, it was steam, yeah.
Yeah,
That's
it
an
was-
older. That's an older.
I mean, those engine rooms, dude, they were hot like the engine rooms that we had on the 5, dude. I remember going into them on the 03 level because the 04 level was the flight deck, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, man, these things are hot, dude. Like,
Yeah.
holy crap, right?
Yeah.
But I'm like, the ABs, they're like GSMs. Like they were like snipes, but they were flight deck snipes, dude.
Yeah.
And they were in like their own they had like their own oil lab and all kinds of stuff, right? And I would have to go there because I'd have to do those stupid zone inspections because of 3M. I hate 3M. I was so glad to leave the boat because 3M. I had no more 3M after that.
But for the ship to work correctly, especially in the engineering world, you gotta have 3M. Got to.
You do, but you don't have to do it to the extreme that it's been done to the point where you do the maintenance on it and you break it.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
The
like
problem
on gas
is they
turbine,
do the maintenance so much it breaks everything.
because on gas turbine, right? You're supposed to do so many like water wash so many hours, right? Like changing like pitch. You gotta do that every so many hours, right? You gotta work on that. But you don't do it like you say, you don't do the extreme where you're gonna break the motherfucker.
Yeah. And that's and that's that's what's going on. It's like, man, I understand maintenance is important, but to the point where you are exhausting everybody and stressing them out and wasting more time doing spot checks than actually doing the work. There's a problem.
When it takes longer to do the tag out and the spot check than to do the actual maintenance.
Dude, that was my
Yes,
biggest beef when I was on the Fife was all the aloft work I had to do. Fine. But dude, yeah, the lockout tag out shit. It's like, motherfucker, this is taking me all goddamn day to do a 1 hour maintenance. Like, why? I mean, yes, I understand why, but like, you couldn't coordinate this shit a little better.
Vic, you should have seen how many some of our systems when we went to yards, right?
What they should have done, and I don't know if they thought about this, is like there was this thing called the planning board for training, right? And it would be a meeting that the EXO would have with all the department heads in the training department to see what every department had going on. And it would have been smart for the training guys, the 3M guys, and all the department heads with all the maintenance that they had to do for 3M to be like, okay, let's match up our periodicity. That way, when we tag out one system and all these other systems are affected by the other departments that have got to do a tag out on it, it's all done at the same time.
Oh, and mind you,
That
we didn't just have to do it on the Fife, dude. We were aloft with radiation. We had to go to the other ships on our pier too.
Really?
Yeah. Like if we were moored down from a ship or across from a ship, yeah, we had to get fucking lockout, tag out confirmation.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, because then you would have had then you would have had that communication, right? That way you have a certain period of time that you guys know and the other people know that need to know. This is the maintenance getting done. These are the systems that are going down. These systems have to deal with this, 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 and this, and it's everything we got to get done. Let's do it right now, right? And get it all done. And then the next time you do it, it's on the schedule at the same time that everyone else needs to do all that other stuff.
Yeah, and they did that sometimes. You know, sometimes they'd have maintenance days wherever all the ships agreed to just shut down and all that stuff, so everybody gets a shit done at the same time. But the problem is, though, a lot of the stuff was stuff that they got the timing backwards, because like when people are aloft, you can't rotate or radiate, right? Well, what they should have done was not allow rotate and radiate in general. Unless it was a certain agreed upon time, then everybody could rotate and radiate to verify, you know, the repair or that the maintenance was done. You know, like they got it backwards. You shouldn't have a policy of rotate and radiate, but it stops when people are aloft. No. They should have when you're in port, they should have a general environment of the policy is no rotate, no radiate, unless we've all agreed upon a certain window to do so. That would have made a lot more sense.
And then what would happen is like you would develop a deployment schedule. You'd have a blue team, a gold team, and maybe a white team, right? And the blue team would do all the maintenance at the same time. So the gold team was able to guard everyone else, right? And the white team was also able to guard. And then when that team went down, the other two were still up. That way, it's like when you farm and you do like farming right here, and you give the land rest, but you're farming over here. And then the next year that gets rest and that one gets to start. That way you're not ruining the soil or whatever. It'd be like that. But I don't know if they think of that way. I have no idea.
I think when I was on there, they were halfway onto that. I just think they got their priorities backwards as to when you should be active and not.
I know, because the 5 did things different than what other DDGs did or other DDs did, right? I think a lot of that goes from command to command. Yep.
Well, yeah. I mean, like I said last week, remember when I told you like the Army kind of does things right in the fact that they have a Department of Army regulation or an Army reg. Everyone in the Army does it the same way. It's not how on the USS Fife you're going to do lube oil this way. On the USS Fitzgerald, you're going to do it this way. On the USS JFK, you're going to do it this way, right? On the USS Enterprise, you're going to do it this way. It's the same thing for everything.
And that's the thing. We do have that is there EOS, because the EOS, even from a DDG, right, for DD, it changed very little because we did have different systems, right? Yeah, we had like different lube oil purifiers. We didn't have those old motherfuckers where you had to watch that seal constantly. Remember that? You know, we didn't have that, but we had different, like a generator. The Starp is a little bit different because we had a K34, not a K17 on it. But they're very similar, right? They're still the same steps, all that. 2500s, you still did your checks on startup, same way, all that. Now,
yeah, I think about that stuff, and it's like, yeah, I've been out for half a decade now, and I'm glad I have been, right? But I think about a lot of that stuff, and I'm just like, well, that's kind of stupid.
Yeah.
But I mean, when you're trying to make everybody happy instead of doing what's right and saying, you volunteered to go into this service, you volunteered to obey the Constitution, you volunteered to obey orders given to you, right? The lawful orders. So you are supposed to do that. You said you would do that. Why are you not doing what you said you're going to do?
Because you're going to be out to sea. You're supposed to be out to sea in the Navy. That's our job, is be out to sea. You know, and like when they're bitching,
like there's a few rates that you don't go out to sea all the time, and one of them is Master Arms, right?
Yes.
And probably aerographer's mate, air traffic control. You know, the people that work the radars and let the planes land and all that stuff on different Air Force bases or whatever. Those people don't need to go out to sea all the time. But, you know, neither do MAs, because mainly it's shore-based, right? It's shore-based because you have to protect the base that the boat is going to park in. You have to have coxswains to guard the boats because of the USS Cole attack.
Yep.
You have to have that kind of stuff. So, you know, it's almost like that stupid saying, choose your rate, choose your fate. But, you know, you have the thing is you have to tell people the truth about what their jobs actually entail and not sell it like it's a freaking lie, because a lot of people get lied to. And I was one of those people that was lied to. I was angry for a long time about it. You know, I was angry for it.
I wasn't lied to, you know.
Now that they told me what my rate was, and when I got to the boat, it's like, yep, that's about right.
See, when I went to boot camp, right, I was already signed up as an undesignated seaman, instead of fireman, right? And then my RDCs, they were snipes, electricians, right? And they're like, are you sure you don't want to go to fireman? I said, what's the fireman going to do down injured? He said, well, you're pretty much going to be the bitch, but, you know, for wipers and all that shit. Okay.
For a minute, yeah.
They said, we see your mechanical scores, so we know you like working on shit. I said, well, yeah. They said, you're going to hate being a deck seaman, being a deck monkey. I said, okay. So I had that chance. That's why I switched to undesignated fireman. I love that. You know, but not injury. We know this. Engineering is not meant for everybody. It's not. You know.
No, it's not. It's not meant for everyone. Just like MA is not meant for everyone. And I used to tell the captain of the Navy, that was like the guy that was in charge of security, I said, you need to give these people psychological evaluations before they become MAs.
Well, what psychology are we going off of, though? Because we were just saying that it's all bullshit.
I know, but back then I didn't know what I know now.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
This was back in 2008, 2009, 2010 era. When I was in Gitmo, and I saw the problems with people that they were letting become MAs through the PTS program that were doing all kinds of stupid, shady stuff. And I had saw the stupid stuff when I was in Atsugi, because that was my second MA command, right? Gitmo was my third. Seal Beach was my first one. But by the time I was in Atsugi and I was a first class, and then I was a first class in Gitmo, I saw how stupid everything got. I was like, what I was trying to get at is these people have to have a moral compass. You have to have a definite right and a definite wrong, and there is no gray area. If you have a gray area, that's where people try to skip, not do what the UCMJ says or whatever, and break the law or twist it around. And then you have even more problems. Because if you let someone get away with it and the other person doesn't get away with it, how is that fair and just?
Well,
and that was the problem.
And people, I've even seen this, right? We've seen this when we first got in too. There was people that did get busted, right? Doing something fucked up. And they try to weasel away. I'm like, no, just own it. Say, yes, I did fuck up. Take your punishment. Move the fuck on. You know?
Yeah, but I mean, that's what was the problem. It was like What it did was it bred it was favoritism that bred distrust, dishonesty, and then discontent. And then with that, you get subterfuge and all the other stuff, sabotaging, people sabotaging other people's careers and all of that other stuff. That's why it's like they, psyche valve, but it was more like a moral compass. Like they have to know right from wrong and they have to choose to do right. If they're going to choose to do wrong because they wear a badge and a gun, they don't need to be wearing that stuff and they should be nowhere near doing any of that stuff. They should not be able to question people when they can't even do what's right themselves.
I still think, okay, if you're going
And
to be out to
that's
sea,
what I
right?
saw in the MA rate. That's what I saw in the MA rate, right? So it was like, here I was trying to do the right thing and getting screwed over for it. So it made me pretty angry and resentful. And then after being at first class for a decade, my tolerance for bullcrap and my patience was at the top of my head already. I was ready to explode all the time.
Well, no, you made a good point about giving a psyche valve, right? Especially you'll be out to sea because you never know sometimes if you're going to hit port or not, especially if you're in the Middle East. Okay, just like that one motherfucker did jump off the lake. Okay, that's his own damn fault there. That's somebody that was weak-minded, couldn't take it no more.
It saddens me to see that happening, but it's like the only way it's going to stop happening is if you tell people you got to stop acting like your emotions are right. What is right and what is wrong? Not what you feel, but what is right and what is wrong. What is required, what is not required. What is expected, what is not expected. What is allowed, what is not allowed. Those things have to be broken out, and there can be no if, and, or but about it. It's either the right way or the wrong way, period. And until they do that, they're going to continue to have these problems. If they try to, be, I don't know what it is, stupid, foolish, people have been around long enough to know human nature is not the best nature in the world.
Yeah, that's the one we got.
Yeah, and we still need to do better to improve it, right? And hold ourselves to a higher standard.
Well,
and
no
until they
matter
do
what,
that,
you should always be held accountable.
well, I mean, that is coming one way or another, but as long as you got people that are not held accountable for the things they say and do, you're going to breed more of that because of it.
Yeah, that's true.
That's just society in general. I mean, the way the nation's gone. The nation has lost its moral compass. Our moral compass was God.
Well, that was the first
I
thing
mean,
to go.
a great example of that is what happened with the Clancy chick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
1 million women supporting the woman who murdered her children.
Exactly.
And then, I saw the text where the guy broke up with his girlfriend of a couple years. He's like, I love you, but I can't stay with someone that I can't trust or is not of the right mind. And sorry, I'm sure men want families, but who wants to have families with people that are going to do that?
Well, that Clancy chick, right? I've been keeping track of that trial a little bit, right? If it was the beds that fucked her up, those doctors need to be held accountable too for putting her on those fucking beds too, and she needs to be held accountable too. All that bullshit.
After our first
the thing is, it's like they're trying to take the responsibility and accountability off of her and blame it on some other factor.
No, I'm not saying she needs to be held accountable too because she did do it, right?
Yeah.
But if those doctors knew it was fucking her up, they should immediately pull her off them motherfuckers too. They need to be held accountable too.
Yeah, but here's the other problem is all the women, the million women that are supporting her.
Yeah, I know.
That means you have 1 million other psychopaths out there. And if I was married to a woman like that, I would be asking for a divorce because I'm not going to stay married to a woman that acts like that thinks that way. She's going to ruin my life. I might as well take the ruining of my life right now and try to recover it, because if I stay with her any longer, it's going to be a lot worse.
Yeah. And you'll always recover from something, you know.
And you know, what's funny is, like, if men use what they just saw with these women and they start feeling out women to see if they actually think like her, there's going to be a lot of single women and they have no one to blame but themselves.
I can tell you from what I see from all these chicks on their dating profile, right? A lot of them make it easy, right? They do. They say, no conservative, no Magna, right there. I'm like, fair enough. X. You know, I mean,
Well, might not necessarily be her talking. That might be the View or whatever other propaganda she's watching.
yeah, but
that's another problem is, even if they had an argument, right? The guy that broke up with her, and she says, well, it's just a TikTok trend. It's not like I really would kill my kids. It's just a TikTok trend. It's like, okay, well, now you're telling me that you're prone to the effects of mass hysteria, which is just as bad, because if it isn't this right now, it'll be the next thing or the next thing or the next thing. So,
yeah, it's like they have a hive mind, or they're not able to think for themselves and they're brainwashed really easily. Look how quickly.
You know the whole study where they say if a woman has divorced friends, chances are you're getting divorced.
Oh yeah. Oh, trust me, I know. I went through that shit.
Yeah.
You know, but I still think that she does not need to be, because she's already been found guilty. Now they got to find her citizen out, right? Well, first of all, she needs to be put to death, in my opinion.
Okay, what state is this?
Oh, fuck, I forgot.
Do they have the death penalty in that state?
I know. But, you know, I mean, instead of fucking life in a fucking save asylum, right?
No, fuck that. No, she needs to fucking hang for that.
Yeah.
You murdered 3 children that were your own flesh and blood. You need to die. Like, this is not an insane opinion on my part that someone who murders their 3 children should die.
No.
And then she tried to off herself too.
No, she didn't.
I guess she's paralyzed from it. I don't know.
She is paralyzed. I don't know. I didn't hear that part.
The
How she got
thing
paralyzed.
that bothers me the most that I know of is that all those women are saying that he did it when he was not even there.
Yeah, from one facial expression on one video still.
And that's who he gave the right to vote to.
Hey man, you're
People
preaching to the
like
choir,
that?
dude. You're not telling me anything I don't already think.
I know. I watched the Better Bachelor video on it because that's the first time I heard it.
Oh, so
And there was a woman that said, they're going to take our rights away, aren't they? And guys are like, yeah, we are, because you guys have gone too far.
We're getting
Too
there.
far.
Massachusetts. I don't think
Since
they have
1970, since
No.
1970, you've aborted over 1 billion children. You've killed more people than all the mass murderers from dictatorship countries have. You have done it yourselves in this country.
Genghis Khan would blush at your numbers.
Yes. And it's
Yeah.
like, are you kidding me, guys? Are you kidding me? All you care about is killing babies.
Yep.
And you're the fairer sex. And you should be able to vote.
No.
Well, we were being generous when we coined that phrase about 500 years ago.
Yeah, I mean,
Gentlemen,
it's
I
just
need
like,
to cut it short. I gotta start taking over babysitting duties and getting a 2-year-old to bed.
All right, brother.
All
All right, so
oh,
we'll see ya. Farewell.
Have fun babysitting.
Oh yeah.
Well, the way it's going to go is no one's actually going to legislate their rights away. It's just not going to happen. Okay. So what's going to happen is we're going to have a continued disinterest. Women are going to they're going to start saying, I'll do this. I'll do this. I'll do this. I won't do this. I won't do this. Just marry me, please. For the love of God, marry me. And men are going to go, no, not worth it, because what you are verbally saying to me is not legally enforceable. and you could turn on me 5 years from now. And that's what's going to lead the real change is when they roll the red carpet out for us, we still say no. And it's already starting to happen.
I mean, what I noticed was after watching those videos for a few years, I don't watch them as much, right? But I noticed a big shift in 2025 around, I would say November, December. Men just stopped arguing with women about it.
Yeah.
They just stopped talking. And then men just like, I guess men quietly, a lot of men everywhere just started removing their profiles from dating
Yeah, they're done.
apps
They're
or
done.
whatever, right? And they're like, you know what? I would rather have peace of mind than a piece of ass, right? Like, and it makes sense. It makes sense to me because it's like, why would I give up my freedoms and everything for a person that's going to betray me and get away with it?
Yeah.
If they're not held to the same standard that the other sex is, why would the sex that's already held to a certain standard bother getting with those things? And that's why, and this is the problem. The problem is those guys are going to go to AI robot girls. What are the women going to do?
You don't have to marry him, but you can still fuck him. Just tell him, hey, and make sure you record
But-
everything.
But do you, but now you got to think, Jason, do you really want to risk it with a girl that you do it with and then she regrets it and says you raped her and then you have to go to court for it? That's happened before.
Yes, Rocky, that happened back when we was growing up. That same shit, but now the internet makes it more, it's out there more than it was growing up. That
Yeah,
shit's always
but what
been
I'm saying is
so
no man who's smart will want to do that.
I'll still fuck a woman, but I got cameras inside my house cover my own ass too. That I do. You know,
I mean, it's gonna have to be that way. You're gonna have to have cameras and speakers and contracts signed and all that stuff.
Oh, Rocky, I know because when I got divorced, when I was going through my divorce, right, my ex-wife tried to say a lot of shit wasn't true, but I had all of our conversations over the phone and in person on fucking digital camera, right? All that bullshit.
Good.
You know,
But I
the
mean,
same way-
that is so sad that you, as a man, you have to do that now.
But I was always used to that because I had to do the same thing when going through a custody battle. Do the same thing. Okay. You want to try to get me? I got the proof right here that I did not say that. Here's what was
But
said.
I think what's happened though, Jay, is like a lot of the younger guys, like the guys that would be our children, they saw like some of us have good marriages and a lot of men don't, right? They saw what their mothers did to their fathers when their fathers did nothing wrong. They saw what their aunts did to their uncles. They saw what their grandmas did to their grandfathers. And they're like, there's no way I'm ever getting married. There's no way I'm going to get serious with a woman. There's no way. There's no way they're going to force me to do it because I'm not going to unless they change the way they are. And the thing is, they can't change what they are. That is what they are. That's what they've been ever since the fall.
But
You can't
everybody,
change them. You can only manage them.
yeah. But a lot of people that's
And
getting
the best way
married
to
now-
manage, and they're going to do you know what the thing is they do the war game thing where it's like the best way to win the game is to not even play.
Yep.
Well,
That's
I
the
know
phase
a lot
we're
of-
at right now. Yeah.
I know
Yes.
I know a lot of young men, they're getting married to they are still getting married. But then none of them that I know get forced to get married. They want to because they want to, you know. But it's always been
I
a
would
50-50 shot,
careful.
whether it's gonna work or it's not. It's always been a 50-50 shot.
I know, and I remember watching those channels and they'd be like, if you had a parachute that had a 50% chance of not working, would you do it?
Yeah. Right.
I mean,
And that's what they said. The divorce rate at the time was 52% divorce rate, right? Out of 100 marriages, 52 got divorced and the other 48 or whatever, they stayed married. But how many of those marriages were happy?
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean,
You
even
know,
our
so
grandparents-
it's like it. And so when you look at all those other factors, it's like guys have now woken up to this, right? This is normal for most guys to think this way. And what it's done is it's put women in a bad position because they don't have the power to reject men anymore because men don't even go up to them and ask them out for the most part because of Me Too, because of false accusations, because of being, you go up to a girl, you think she's pretty, you ask her out, she films you, puts you on YouTube and embarrasses you, or she calls the police on you because she thought you were creepy, even though you were being nice and kind. How many men are going to see that and be like, you know what, I'm not even going to bother?
Well, those are the
A
men
lot.
right there that ain't got a set of balls for one, because you could throw back to them what they do to men, right? Like withhold sex, men can do that too. I've done it, and that does piss them off right there.
Well, it's not that they don't have balls; it's that they're
a
calculating.
lot of those, they are the betas, the soy boys. That they are right there.
The ones that won't go up and ask these chicks out.
Yeah, because they ain't got a set of balls.
Jason, do you realize that it's pointless to ask a girl out unless she's attracted to you?
It does. That's how you find out, Rocky.
But the problem is, here's the problem. I know, but how many times do you have to go through it before you realize you're not what the girl wants?
It's fucking Rocky. It's always hit or miss. Okay, I'm about your top 5. Move on to the next one. It's a numbers game. Always has been a fucking numbers game.
It's a numbers game, but the numbers game is skewed.
It's Rocky.
You know what? You need to watch HOMAP. You need to watch.
I ain't watching
HOMAP.
those stupid fucking. I don't. I'm not watching that motherfucker now.
If you watched it, the things you're saying right now, you'd be like, "Oh, I know why Rocky's saying that now. I know why he's saying that because there's actual evidence about the stuff I talk about."
Rocky, I've been dating a hell of a lot longer than anybody on this podcast has. I've been dating fucking. I was dating when I got out of the Navy, so I know the fucking bullshit. But the thing is, you got to turn back at them. Fine. It's a numbers game, Rocky. Okay, fine. You know what, baby? It ain't like back in like grade school, right? The girl said you had know it, right? I like you. Check yes or no, right?
Now, what I mean by that, Jay, this is what I mean. I'm not going to chase a girl. Why am I going to chase someone that's trying to run away from me?
You can chase them, and they can make them chase you. That's how you do it, Rocky.
What I would do is if they want it, see the girls, when a girl likes you, she makes it easy for you.
Well, a guy don't fucking always tell a girl they like them. They don't.
Yeah, because guys are not dumb enough to be that vulnerable now.
Not anymore, no.
No. The vulnerability thing, no. There's too much evidence saying if you're vulnerable with them, they're going to turn it around on you and betray you with it. That's the thing. It's like when you see the pattern of behavior, Jay, that's the thing.
You think I ain't seen that shit, Rocky? Come on now. I mean, yeah, I've seen it. But if you're going to want to have a family, right? If you don't already have a family, right? If you do want to get married someday, you got to weed through the good ones, get to the bad ones.
I would ask a lot of men, how many of you guys really want a family after all the crap you've seen?
Yep. And that's why this country will not last much longer, guaranteed. Because the birth rates decline.
Yeah, by the time we get the male-female situation sorted out, the birth rates will have been low for so long that. Yeah.
Well, Mick, you said the best, right? That numbers would make Genghis Khan blush, right? But guess what Genghis Khan did at the same time? Repopulated.
Well, yeah, but let's just say the rules were somewhat different back then.
So, I mean.
Yeah, I mean, and that's why you're in this predicament. You gave one sex too much power.
If somebody don't want to get married, that's all them.
And no accountability.
Yeah. And until that comes back, there's going to be no point. And they're going to be like, yeah, I'll have sex with her, but there's no way I'm going to marry her.
Nope.
I mean, you should see the crazy stories that have been going on. Like all these guys in the Hamptons, I guess that's a rich people place. They get vasectomies so that the women can't baby trap them.
Actually, even with a vasectomy, right? If it's not done the correct way, it can grow back. I've seen that happen to 2 people.
Yeah, but I mean, that is the kind of precautions that men are taking now. And the problem is that it's crazy what's going on. because it's further separating men and women from each other when they're supposed to be complementary to each other.
Well, anybody once gets their nut cut ain't right in their mind anyways. I ain't letting no motherfucker with a scalpel near my nuts. Ain't fucking happening. You know,
But it's just funny when you watch these videos and you read these articles and you read the article they're referencing, they're like, holy crap, they're really doing this. And the reason they're doing it is for this.
well, if they want to do that, that's all them. Then they can't bitch later on, especially if they're in their 20s doing that, right? They can't bitch when they can't get it reversed.
I think, Jason, I think that you probably don't see it, but I think those guys are so jaded by what they've already seen. They don't regret doing it, and they're not going to.
I want to know, see, this is where they need to take a true poll, right? And say, are you not willing to take a chance because of bullshit that you've been reading on the internet, right? Or did you actually have this happen to you multiple times, not just once, multiple times? That's how you get to the real numbers.
Why does it have to happen more than one time?
Rocky, you can get a bad woman, one time. That's fact right there.
Shit, Gilly's gotten like 4.
Shit,
I know.
I've only been divorced once. I've only been divorced once. No, I've only been divorced once. But
I'd be like this. It's like, fool me once, shame on me, right? Fool me twice. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me.
But you gotta you gotta set the boundaries early on, especially when you're talking to them. You do.
How can you set boundaries with someone that says it's controlling and insecure?
Then you fucking move on to the next one. I've done that.
That's what's happening, Jason. That's what's happening.
But those are guys, I'm saying, if those are guys, if it happened one time to them, right? Those guys ain't got no balls to stand up for themselves, except for, I'm gonna go celibate, right? Okay, fine. That's what you want to do.
I think the standing up for themselves would be they go and physically hurt that person. That's coming. You know that's coming.
Well, only if they hit you first. If they don't hit you first, you can't just go up and smack them. That you cannot do.
And then what's going to happen is some girl, this is going to happen eventually, dude. Some girl's going to attack a guy for no reason. That guy's going to fight her, right? And beat her up. And all these guys are going to jump him. He's going to pull a gun out and shoot all those dudes, all the little white knights that don't know what they're getting themselves into, because no man is obligated to save people anymore. That's done and gone.
Rocky, that's been happening too.
Okay, it's going to happen more and more and more and more and more. That's what I'm saying.
10 years ago, this one guy, and where mom and dad live at, right, was dating this one girl. They lived together, right? They dated for 10 years, right? Never got married. She beat the fuck out of him with a ball bat, and he got fucking arrested, not her. Until it went to court, because she had no bruises. He was all bruised the fuck up. Until it went to court, then she admitted on the stand to hit him first, and he never laid a hand on her. And after that, guess what? He fucking left her. He kicked her out of the house. That shit happened that was 10 years ago.
Yeah, that should not even happen.
Yeah. My ex-wife did it to me, right? Tried to say I pushed her across the fucking living room. I never laid a hand on her. We had an argument? Yes. Because she was that woman, when she got drunk, she'd get in your face. I told her, I said, just calm the fuck down. Right? And then she left her own. Next thing you know, I'm getting arrested. Okay. All right. Let's play this shit out in court. They came out. I never touched her. She fucking lied to the cops right there.
Did she get held accountable for the false accusations?
Not for that, but it came back around to get her an ass later on.
Well, I am of the opinion, and I think this should happen. They should be held accountable for the false accusations.
Yes,
How can they get away with lying and not pay for it? It doesn't have to come back around. It should come back at that point when it's been discovered and proven.
I agree with that, right? I've always agreed with that. But eventually, in another way, it comes back around at them. Yep.
Well, I mean, yes, but
now
this should be that should be the kind of thing that's out in the open for everyone to see, to say like, hey, here's a warning, guys. On doing this, you're going to end up in this way, or even worse. We're going to send you to jail for the crime that you claim this other person did, And if it's 50 years, congratulations, you get 50 years in prison for it.
But it's not. But what I'm saying is, Rocky, it's not stopped me from trying to date again. It has not. You know, and that's where people need to get mindset. They need to fucking ask more questions when they're talking to a girl, right? You gotta feel them out. That's always had to do that. You know, and just feel them out. If you feel something,
Yeah,
you
but I
gut
mean,
ain't right,
how much can you believe of what they say and not watch their actions?
Rocky, you got to see if they show through with their actions right there. That's how you determine. That's always been the case right there.
I mean, that's going to have to be the thing. It's going to be like, I don't believe your words anymore. You're going to have to prove to me, and they're going to have to work for it now.
And that should have been always the case.
Probationary period is going to have to be intense. Yeah.
That's the way it should have always. Like, I mean, ever since I got out,
that's the way it should have always been, but it was not like that because they made it. The power structure was so lopsided.
Well, I made fucking women show me. You know, even when I was dating back in 04, I made them show me. You know, some did show me that I just didn't want them. You know, and some couldn't show me. I left immediately right there. You know, because I was very picky on who I'd even let in my fucking life back then. I still am today, especially with the type of job I had at the power plant. Because some of those women, he works at the power plant. I'll be a latch on him for the benefits and all that shit. And I saw that happen to a lot of people.
And I think the way that you're talking right now is the way that a lot of men think now.
But Rocky, I saw that back in 04. That shit was going on. This shit ain't nothing new. You know.
I know that, but it wasn't talked about as much back then as it is now. It wasn't out in the wide open.
Yeah. It wasn't talked at all back then. It wasn't. But
so now what's going on is men are talking about it. Women hate it. But men are like, why am I going to let this person latch on to me? I can't trust them.
But the thing is, that's why people need to be observant. You said that. They got to be observant. It's like here, Missouri. It's called a show me state for a fucking reason. Okay. Words are cheap. Actions speak louder than words. Show me.
Yeah. And what's funny is, like, I saw videos where guys were checking women's social media before they went out on a date with them.
Rocky, I've been doing that ever since I got Facebook.
No, like this guy canceled a date with a girl because she was the kind of girl that would talk about her dates and bash the guy that went on a date with her, right? And just make him and embarrass him. And he's like, I've seen what you've done. I don't want to have anything to do with you. Bye. And she made a TikTok about that too. So he dodged the bullet.
No. See, Rocky, with social media, with Facebook, when I first got Facebook, right? And I knew they had Facebook, right? Guess what I did? Before I even went on a date with them, to start talking to them, if they added me, right, where I could see everything, I would stalk their profile just to see how many different guys liked a different post of theirs. That was not family. If they said it was friends, right, immediately red flag right there. Immediately.
I'll be back. I gotta go do the bread thing.
Yeah. So it's funny how guys now should have been doing that all along, and they haven't been. That's all of them right there.
See, when I first got married, there was no social media.
I know, but I mean, I've took women at their word, right?
Sure.
Did it bite me in the ass? Yeah. Then I learned from that. For anybody that's, especially young men that's watching this, right? Trying to date, you gotta live, you gotta learn. You don't keep making the same mistakes over and over, expecting the same outcome or different outcome. Do not. Just make them fucking. Make them show you. That's it.
Hmm.
Yeah,
I got kind of lucky. When I first started dating, she had a family for me to get introduced to.
Yeah, but also too, you and her went through some tough times too.
Oh no, we did, but at least I had a pretty good bearing on what was going on because she took me home to meet her family after a little while. So I could get a good indication, like the house, their attitudes, their personalities, the jobs they had. Like I could get a real good foundation of what this chick's about because she let me into her home with her family.
Yep.
See, I got lucky there.
And you always want to see too. This is for anybody that's start first dating a girl. You want to see if they got it. If their mama's crazy, They got any ants are fucking crazy. And if they are on any type of anxiety fucking meds, fellas, ditch them.
Well, I didn't know until much later that my mother-in-law at the time
Yeah.
was actually out of her fucking mind.
Uh-huh.
I did not know that because they
But
put up a real they put up a real good front. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, don't get me wrong. I love her to death, and she's been mentally well since like 2000 when my fucking youngest was born, or so my oldest was born rather. So I mean, like, you know, that hasn't been the case in like a really long time.
Yeah. But I mean, yeah, I learned that from my ex-wife because she was on Wellbutrin, right? Okay, mood stable, but she's off that motherfucker. Woo! I was like, nope, I will not date anybody on that ever again.
Hmm.
You know, and since I'm older, right? Since I'm almost 3 years away from being 50,
Yeah, you
guess
old as
what?
fuck.
I do ask him, do you have a hormonal imbalance right there?
Well, that's just the problem, though, bro. Any chick that age is gonna.
I know, but
It's called perimenopause.
But you can get fucking those pellets, right? Fucking whatever it is for women, right? Just like men get testosterone. There's fucking medicine out there that will fix that.
Oh, the TRT, yeah.
Yeah, that will fix that. How's your bread? Did you put it in the fucking oven now?
Yep.
Did it proof up double?
Yeah, they looked pretty nice.
Yeah. But
yeah, I think the temperature thing you mentioned, it was like the other thing that I made, it didn't go, so they put it outside.
Yeah, outside or say even if it's like wintertime, right? Just throw it in the oven without it was just light on in the oven. And that does work.
Yeah.
You know. But right now it's perfect time to put it outside, yeah.
Well, I wanted to learn how to make bread because I wanted to make unleavened bread.
Yeah,
just
that's
to learn how
practice.
to do it, right?
Well, at least you're doing it because hell, we've been trying to get you to make, you know, expand a little more in the cooking world a little bit. But you are doing it. So that's good.
Yeah, I didn't need a show to do it. It's just I want to do it because I see things coming down the line, and these are skills that I'm going to need.
Well, these are skills that I don't give a fuck. Any man or any woman should have had growing up right here. You know, but I get that a lot of people's parents growing up didn't cook like that. You know,
But the good news is that all this lost knowledge, it's only about 60 years old. 60 years ago, people were doing this on the regular, right? So it's not that far gone. And most of our society, as far as our societal norms, like you go to a house to rent or buy, it has everything you need to make bread. It has an oven, you know what I mean? Like you got all the stuff you need. So it ain't gonna be that hard to get.
I think a lot of this got popular with the homesteading stuff.
yeah, that it has, which I'm glad to see. Now, Rocky Lee asked, what flour did you fucking use?
I don't know, white.
Oh, just general purpose flour?
No,
It was the flour that's the good stuff. It's not the stuff that was bad.
It doesn't have the niacin and all that bullshit.
Folic acid.
Yeah, folic acid.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
But remember, Brett was saying that they're going to make it a law that you got to put folic acid and all that crap now, right?
That was in California. California,
man.
Yeah, that was only in California.
We need to march in and depopulate that state, man. Just start over.
Well, I have said
it'll get depopulated. It'll get depopulated along with Oregon and Washington when the San Andreas fault finally goes.
I still say this: the way that West Coast is, right? Okay, we don't need the West Coast. Wall that motherfucker off right there.
I disagree.
I knew he was going to disagree.
Well, I mean, and where you are, you guys have the New Madrid fault, right?
Yeah.
No, that's in the Midwest, and we have the the Cascadia fault.
Well, yeah, he was talking about me.
But, you've got the New Madrid. We've got Cascadia. San Andreas is south of us.
Yeah. Like all those things, like they're slated to go off. I don't know when.
And nobody does, so fucking quit worrying about it.
Yeah, well, see, a lot of people don't realize this about the New Bad fault.
I'm not worried about it. I'm just like, when it happens, I'm gonna be like, dang.
Well, a lot of people don't realize about the fault here in Missouri, right? It goes off quite a bit. It's slow, right? Sometimes I felt it up here. Sometimes you don't. You know.
Well, I'm waiting for it to be like a big one, like that one that was there was a couple weeks ago. I don't know if it was Venezuela or
No,
Ecuador.
Colombia. Colombia.
It was like a 7.
Yeah, like last week it was like a 7.5 or something like that in Colombia. Yeah, it fucking
They're
wrecked
getting
them.
bigger, dude.
Oh,
Well, it was big
one,
and it wrecked
it
them.
will be one of the biggest ones ever recorded, guaranteed, when that goes off. That it will be. I mean, really.
New Madrid?
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
Oh yeah, that one's when that thing goes, it's gonna be a banger. Yeah.
It will be
That's
worse
that's
than
what I'm
it-
saying. I'm not. I know it's going to happen, but I'm just like, man, when it happens, it's gonna
it'll
gonna
be
change the
worse.
geography of the U.S.
It will be worse than when it first went off. That made the Mississippi run fucking back and the Missouri run backwards for 2 days. And it rained church bells all the way to fucking New York when that first time it went off.
Yeah, that one's a big one. It doesn't fucking go off very often, but when it does,
I mean, there's always small ones, right? When I was at the power plant, I was a system control operator. I was on unit 3. Well, I was on top of the fucking boiler, 15 stories up, right? And I felt this fucking shaking. I was like, oh, fuck. I know exactly what this is. And people's like, what's that? And I was like, get the fuck out of the building, goddamn earthquake. And I was down those stairs and outside within 2 minutes.
well, dude, when I was living in upstate New York, we had a 4.0 one time.
Yeah.
Like even up there, you get the little ones.
And fucking everyone thought I was full of shit, right? Because our sister power plant is at New Madrid. Then dispatch came across, yep. Did you guys feel that earthquake that just went off? They said, damn, you was right. I said, told you. Because that one hit Seattle when we was at Todd Shipyard, that was what, 5 or 6?
Yeah, but it was shallow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was, I mean, that wasn't too bad, but I remember it knocked them fucking big old cranes off the railroad tracks they was on.
And it also fucked up a lot of the fucking bridges there, too. Fucked up a lot of buildings downtown, like Underground Phoenix. Fucked that place up, too.
Well, I could see one of the skyscrapers had a bunch of windows blown out from the freaking flexion. Like it didn't do nothing.
No, but it fucked up a lot of roadways, so it took us a long time to get back to Everett that night.
Oh yeah,
because we had to take detours and all that bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, that's why I've said I'd rather go through a fucking tornado than a fucking hurricane or an earthquake any fucking day of the week. You know.
Yeah, I'll just stick with none of the above.
I feel the same way about that one. You know what I mean?
But we're always going to have earthquakes around.
Well, no matter where you live in the country, nature will find a way to kill you.
Yes. You know.
Yeah.
Well, you could be fucking four-wheeling in Arizona, flash flood, dead.
Yep. I did talk to Smitty since he's been out there the other day, right?
Well, in Indiana,
about the
flood,
like,
yeah.
Like back down to Hansford with all the rain, right? I said, you've been gone too long. I said, this is nothing new, brother. You've been down to the arid Texas for a long time.
Yeah.
I said, welcome back to the Midwest.
Yep.
You know, and it makes it worse when you're right on a fucking river too. That's what makes it worse.
Yeah.
You know, it's like Boonville here. Guess what? Where I'm at, if it floods, it ain't gonna get me. But quarter mile down the road, the casino has been flooded out before, and that's just quarter mile down the road right there. You know, because at least me, I got that bluff to protect me right there.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing about the Midwest, man. It doesn't have much in the way of, volcanoes and earthquakes and shit, but boy, it has the most fucking violent weather.
Well, and one thing people don't talk about either is fucking Yellowstone.
Well, I mean, that's something Yellowstone is something you can't actually worry about because when it goes, it will be so.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not even talking like nation affecting. It'll be world affecting. We're talking about like nuclear winter. Remember
That's what it'll be,
when Krakatoa blew up, they had like a year without summer.
Yep.
Yeah, Yellowstone will be like a lot more than that. Like it'll fuck the globe up, not just us. It's so big and catastrophic that you can't even worry about it because there are so many variables to that thing going off that we can't even extrapolate.
Is
them.
it Old Faithful that's going to be the thing that sets it off?
No,
No,
that's
that's
just a
what-
water geyser.
Yeah.
What is it then? It's something else. I forgot.
I don't know. I don't know what's going to set the whole thing off, but let's just say it does
It
get
is a
set off.
volcano, right? There's a
It could
volcano
be.
there.
No, there's no volcano there. Everything's under the ground.
Oh,
Well,
Might
there's
be
a
an
lot of
underground
magnet down there that they found, right? But the thing is, I think I could be wrong. I think it's gonna be a fucking earthquake that sets that motherfucker off.
Probably.
You
Yeah.
know, that's what I think right
earthquake?
there.
Yeah.
Earthquake.
Earthquake.
Yeah, it'll be an earthquake most likely.
Which that would probably be on the west, you know, like the Cascade, Cascade one.
San
You know,
Andreas and the Cascade.
San Andreas, not so much. I mean, if they both went off the same time, yes.
The San
I
Andreas
think one
a
is
bit
going to
far
cause
south
the
for
other
that.
one.
It could.
Because
Yeah, it
it
could.
could.
Now, do you guys know? Do you know of any fault lines outside of, in the ocean?
Well, yeah, look at fucking Hawaii.
Well, the Ring of Fire.
No. I'm like right by Washington.
Well, Cascadia, that's it. That's the only one.
Yeah. That's the one
Okay,
that
so
went
there's nothing
off.
in the ocean.
It's one gigantic fault line that goes off the coast a couple 100 miles. It goes all the way down Washington and fucking Oregon and up into British Columbia. Yeah. It's just
So
one.
if they had an
big fault
earthquake,
line.
so if it goes that far into the ocean, it creates an ocean earthquake, which is huge. It's going to cause a tsunami to come back in too.
Oh yeah.
could.
Oh yeah. If that thing fucking snaps big, not only is Seattle getting fucking destroyed, but the tsunami is going to wash away what fell down.
See, and there's one even in fucking the Rio Grande too. People don't talk about.
What's the one in the
That's-
Rio Grande?
Well, that's close enough to the Ring of Fire to make it kind of part of the Ring of Fire because Mexico gets fucking earthquakes and volcanoes as well.
Isn't there something that's called the caldera?
Well, a caldera is just the stone cap of a active area, like the
Okay.
caldera of a volcano is like the caldera of like Mount Baker over here is the stone cap on the actual magma that's in the volcano.
Liquid hot magma.
Liquid hot magma. Yeah, the caldera. If the caldera collapses because the magma got too high and kind of like melted it, and then the caldera collapses, yeah, then you got some real fucking problems.
See, here's a better map of all the fault lines in North America right here.
Yeah, there we go.
Can you make it bigger?
That's what she said.
Oh,
Nope, get out of it.
okay.
Sorry, man, you opened the door. I just walked through it.
But I mean, but a lot of people don't realize how big the fault lines are on the West Coast.
Yeah, thousands of miles. They're huge.
Yes, all the way down from Mexico on up to Alaska, right there.
Yep. Well, that's why they call the Pacific the Ring of Fire. Those faults
Yep.
ring the entire fucking Pacific and part of the Indian Ocean.
Yep.
It's no fucking joke, mate.
There you go, Rocky. Here's a little better one right
Yeah,
here.
you're basically fucked there, Gilly.
I know. Well,
Yep. But then again,
I-
so am I. I mean, you look over
Well,
here.
I'm just saying, like where I'm at, I'm up in here, right? That's where I'm at, right there. Now, St. Louis will be fucked, right
Yep.
there. Springfield, Missouri will be fucked. Columbia will be fucked. I'm out of that actual zone. I still feel it overall. There'll still be some damage, but it won't be as bad as it would be like Tennessee, Illinois, right? Kentucky, right?
Well, also, there ain't nothing tall where you live.
Not where I live. No.
So,
Now, Mick,
You're-
you are fucked right there, because that's all fucking red right there, bro.
oh, yeah. No, I am in fucking. And the thing is, I have two volcanoes, Mount Baker and Mount Rainier are both fucking volcanoes.
And
So
Helen,
there's a
too.
good chance that a hard enough snap could activate them too.
Well, Mount St. Helens,
Yeah.
too.
Huh?
Mount St. Helens,
Yeah.
too.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, that's way north of me. That wouldn't affect me.
Yeah.
But Baker and Rainier most assuredly
Yes.
would.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yep.
But I mean,
Oh yeah. No, I'm under no illusions of the fucking powder keg that I'm living on top of. Believe me, I just choose not to worry about it.
you can't. If you worried about shit like that every day, you ain't gonna live your life. You're not living.
No.
You know?
Back in a second, gentlemen.
Fried. Out of the frying pan and into the fire.
I mean, why do you think Hawaii gets so much fucking volcano going off almost all the damn time, right there? You know, for people like Chad, that's not a daily occurrence, but that's just normal for them. You know,
Yeah, I know.
and there's yet people I've never understood this, right? Why them motherfuckers want to live in a volcanic fucking zone? You know, some people in the path of it, right? Fuck all. You would think no insurance company would want to fucking insure you right there.
I honestly, I don't know, dude. Maybe
I
the
mean-
land is good. Maybe it's I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, I know there's certain places in Hawaii that you're not going to be affected, like with lava, right? But some people, they're right in those paths or lava comes right there. You know, I wouldn't want to live like that. I was like, me, I wouldn't want to live in a floodplain at all. You know, because if you live in a floodplain, guess what? It's going to flood eventually. And that flood insurance here, as high as a motherfucker. It's fucking high. You know,
But the thing is no matter where you live, you're not safe.
no, you're not. You know, you take Kansas, right? Nebraska, right? Flat as could be, right? Guess what? Tornadoes like a motherfucker. You know? And then you live like what in the mountains. Guess what? A lot of snow sometimes. You know?
Ooh.
I mean, hell, where you're at, Rocky, well, with that candy, right, to get to your house, right? Guess what? They never thought that was gonna happen. It did. You know,
Vision Forge
yeah, that candy goes
from the hurricane. It was
line.
from the hurricane.
Yeah. And nobody ever thought that would happen. Guess what? It did happen. You know.
They got it up and running pretty quick though.
Oh yeah, they did. But a lot of it was just one lane on each side for a while. You see that. And now I see why that fucking any canyon, right, can get decimated like that, right? Because there's one canyon out there in Colorado that goes through Estes Park, right? That gets flooded like that all the fucking time. But yet you don't hear it on the fucking nightly news when it does happen, because there's another way out of Estes Park right there.
It's probably been happening for so long that it's no longer news.
Yeah.
It's just something that happens.
Yeah. You know,
it's only news when it happens someplace it ain't supposed to.
Yep.
Like tornadoes in New York. We get them.
Yeah.
And when we get them, they make the news.
Yep.
Similar tornado down where you live, dude. They'd be like, "Oh, that's cute," but the fact that we even get one is rare enough to they're like, "Hey, New York had a tornado."
That's like a lot of people down south gets them too. You know, like I think Cam told me, yeah, we never seen a tornado growing up.
I think when I was growing up, I think we had like 2 of them.
Yeah. See, when I was growing up, tornadoes where I was at here in mid-Missouri.
It's a way of life.
It was, well, back then, I only seen fucking 2 of them. That's it.
Weird.
You know, because majority of them stayed down South Missouri right there. You know, now I will say there was one. It should have been called an E5, right? EF5. I was working at the power plant, just started building my house, so I was living with mom and dad. Well, I worked a 16-hour day, so I got off at 11 o'clock. Well, mom and dad was in bed. I just got home, drank a beer, got in the shower, right? Next thing I know, fucking everything, it was storming out. Next thing I know, everything went silent. It sounded like a train coming through. I was like, there ain't no train comes through this time of night. You know?
Right.
I said, because mom and dad lived close to the fucking track, so you knew the times trains normally come through. And everything went dead silent, right? And next thing I know, my uncle was calling the house, right? Because he had his police scanner on. He said, "Hey, you all right?" I said, "What the fuck are you talking about?" I said, "Yeah, of course we're all right." He said, "No, there was a tornado." I said, "You're just drunk, Uncle Larry. Shut the fuck up." I hung up on him. Right? And then Dad's boss from the county called him and said, "Hey, I'm coming to pick you up. We got to check the fucking roads because of a tornado." He said, "Get your dad up." I said, "Oh, I guess Uncle Larry wasn't full of shit." But the fucking path of that fucking tornado was 1.5 miles fucking wide. And they only classify as an EF2 because it stayed out in the country. It didn't fuck a lot of shit. It didn't never hit a town.
Well, that's good.
You know, but the country side was all fucked up. I'm telling you, Dad, because he worked on the county, he called me after I got off work the next day. He's like, hey, come get the old fucking truck. We got a lot of firewood that we're cutting up.
I was gonna say, man, I'd be out there with a fucking truck and a chainsaw, all that free
Oh, he
lumber.
was too.
Oh, hell
But
yeah.
not everybody could be doing that too. Only county workers and state workers could be on the roads doing that.
Oh,
Because Dad worked on the county. He's like, hey, do this because help clean up the place, right? Instead of having to burn it, right? Dude, we had enough wood for fucking 4 years.
nice.
And the goddamn, state workers, I had to get on the state highway. They'd see me right like, one flag this. You're not supposed to be out there. I said, go talk to my dad out in the county. He told me to come get the truck. He said, oh, your dad works. I said, yep. He said, no, you're good.
Well,
Yeah, I mean, it fucked up a lot of shit, but not, and only one person, or actually 2 people died. Now, if it would have been fucking 1/4 mile, just fucking up north, right? Would have came by mom and dad's town, it would have leveled that town to 200 people. It would level fucking everything right there. And stuff. And mom and dad was pissed at me, like, how come you didn't wake us up? I was like, I didn't know what the fuck that was.
right.
But now I do now. I know now. And stuff. But yeah, a lot of people, if they've never been through it, they get scared. Because like anytime the sirens goes off here, right? I always tell River, I said, get downstairs away from the fucking windows. He said, Dad, what are you gonna do? I said, I'm gonna go outside and look, see if I see anything. He said, I'm coming with you. I said, no, you stay downstairs. And he goes, Dad, I'm scared. I said, it's just a little tornado right there. They ain't nothing to be scared of.
Just being careful. That's all.
Yeah. Well, because we do want to see where the fuck it's at. That we do.
Well, obviously, yeah. It's not going to pounce on you in 2 seconds. You kind of
'Cause
see them
yours-
coming.
There's always warning, right? You'll have wind blowing. It could be wrapped in rain, right? But then all of a sudden everything will go fucking deadly silent right there. And when you hear that sounds like a train coming through, that's when you better take cover right there. The ones wrapped in rain, those are the worst ones to fucking see spot, especially at night. And stuff. And I live right by the fucking siren, so I'd be in the middle of the night. I can hear it just fine. Yeah, fucking Zeus don't like the sirens at all.
Yeah, the town I grew up in, we had a big siren on the town hall and a big siren on the fire department. And every time we get a fire call or an ambulance call, those horns would go off. Night or day, it didn't matter.
Yep.
And those 2 horns, dude, they were only probably a 1/4 mile away from each other. So there was no getting away from that sound.
It's like funny town I grew up in, 200 people, right? Small towns like that, we had no sirens at all. None.
Really? No sirens at all?
No. It wasn't until that big one came through on the outskirts, right? When the fucking state, when the small towns started applying for grants to get that shit right there. Because no one knew it was coming. No one did.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Yeah. A lot of people think towns always had sirens. Not every town did. It was always the bigger towns that could afford them that had them.
That's funny because we had 2 of them, and our town was only at maximum 5,500 folks.
Yep. See around here, you got a lot smaller towns than that around here. We wouldn't even consider the town where I grew up as a village.
Yeah, no, my town that I grew up in was literally called the Village of Jordan.
Yeah. See, like where I live now, it's a hell of a lot smaller than where I went to high school at. Moby's like 14, 15,000 people. The town I lived in was 3 miles south of there. It was 200. But Boonville, everything's Boonville's big. I said, no, this is fucking small, people.
Yeah, 15,000. That's pretty small. Yeah.
I mean, no, we're under fucking 5,000 people here in Boonville. Under.
Okay, so now you live in a town about the size of one I grew up in then.
Yeah.
Like
And
like
there's
it's yeah.
And there's a smaller town north of here called Fayette that has a fucking small college there. And that's about 3,000 fucking people.
Teeny.
Yeah. I mean, even for a college town, it's fucking tiny. You know, because hell, we had a military college here too, called Kemper. You know, and that's where they filmed one of the child plays at.
Serious?
Yeah. I think it was the third one. Was it at the military academy? I think it was the third one.
No, the third one was when he came back from the dead, and it was Jennifer Tilly.
Okay, it was the second one.
He had himself a female.
It was the one that was at the military academy.
Okay, I didn't see that one. I've only ever seen the third one.
And they used the real military academy for those scenes right there.
Oh, cool.
And so, but I didn't know that until I moved here. I heard people talk about it. I was like, really? That was filmed at Kemper? They said, yep. You know, I was like, damn, okay. You know, people, they was watching it fucking take place. You know, they lined the fucking streets because they'd never seen that. So I thought, oh, damn. It's just like the dude Buford T. Justice fucking, it's either a show or a movie that's being filmed right now. Fuck, they've been filming 45 minutes south of here in Sedalia for that one.
Hey, we had an episode of the X-Files get filmed in Syracuse. That was cool.
Yep. Nice.
Yeah.
Which
That's
one?
I don't recall. I don't remember. I'm sure if you look it up, you'll find it immediately.
My daughter is now into the X-Files.
Gosh, what a great show.
I'm proud of her.
Good girl. Absolutely.
It's like when me and Heidi got together, our favorite show was the X-Files. And she's like, you like the X-Files? And I'm like, yeah, it's my favorite show. Mine too. So
You know what that reminds me of? That reminds me from the meet cute in Office Space. Do you watch Kung Fu? I love Kung Fu. We should watch Kung Fu.
so we would watch the X-Files. And then we
Dude,
ended up
watching
watching
the X-Files is like one of the greatest ways to date. Seriously.
And so we watched the X-Files, then we watched The Shield, and then we watched Nip Tuck.
I watched Nip Tuck. That one got a bit bizarre, but I still enjoyed it.
I never watched
The
that.
crazy thing is, just
That
from what
one
I
gets
know
real
about that
bizarre.
show, from what I know about that show, all the episodes they did were real cases.
Doesn't surprise me.
Like,
Great show.
I know, but
Great show, though.
they had really good actors. I'll tell you that. The acting was top notch, and the music in the show was
Absolutely.
really good. They played a lot of good music in that show.
Yep, no, that was absolutely across the board a great show. Yeah. It got a little into the weeds at times, but generally, yeah, it was a really great show.
I had to stop watching it when I went to Atsugi, Japan. And then we finished it when I got stationed in Gitmo and I had Heidi and the kids with me. That's when I was able to watch that. And then I watched Battlestar Galactica, the Reimagined series.
Wait a
That
minute.
was good,
Maybe
too.
that's the predictor of a successful marriage. Do you continue watching the show when you're apart? If you don't, your marriage will last forever. If you do, you might be on rocky ground.
Well, Heidi she bought the last season of The Shield and she watched the end and she's like, I had to watch it. I'm sorry I watched it without you. I'm like, you suck, woman.
Right.
Well, you never
But,
tell them, right? You never tell them. Just play along. And don't say, if they have watched it, don't say a fucking word, right? You know, just act surprised at the ending right there.
But I remember watching The Shield, man. The Shield was man.
I didn't get into that until it got on Netflix in 2018 when I was laid up in bed, right? I was like, I couldn't do much of anything. So I was like, well, we should check this out. It looks pretty good. I wish I would have watched it when it was on fucking TV, regular TV.
And then a show that was connected to The Shield was Sons of Anarchy.
I
In
saw
a
that
way.
one.
How
And
was that
I didn't
connected to
finish
Shield?
watching. I didn't finish watching the Sons of Anarchy either.
Oh, that was pretty good. But how was Sons of Anarchy connected to the Shield?
I think the guy that kills Jackson at the end, it's the cop. He's
No,
the truck
Jackson?
driver.
Oh, okay, because Jackson don't get killed except for he runs into a truck.
Yeah.
Yeah, he dies. He commits suicide, right? But
Yeah.
the guy driving the truck is the
Okay.
same guy that played Vic Mackey in The Shield. And they had
Well,
a
I
lot
think
of the
also-
same gang.
Well, I
Like-
think also the guy who played the guy that was in prison with the one eye, I think he was on the Shield because he's the director of Sons of Anarchy. He's
Yes,
one
he
of
was
the
he was a
directors.
creator and a director. Too.
Yeah, he played
the
our
Shield, yeah.
Armenian. He played the Armenian gangster in the Shield show, right? And then I think he was something else on the other show.
Well, he was
Sutter.
part of. Kurt Sutter, he was part of Sons of Anarchy, right there
Yeah.
in the show. He was in
So
prison
was-
for life.
Was the Shield a good show?
Yeah, it's like Training Day.
Well, that was a great movie.
Like I thought they were copying Training Day, but what I saw was because I was from that area, the way that the cops were trying to clean up down below. We called down below like LA County and all those places, right? Like
Mhm.
Torrance, San Pedro, all those places, right? Those were like heavily infested with gangs and stuff. Maybe not Torrance, but like LA, right? And in the TV show, they're trying to clean it all up and they're moving to prison. They're cleaning it all up and they're trying to send people out to make the land go up in value and to make it richer, right? Instead of all ghetto-y. That's the same thing California did.
Mm. Okay.
When in the 90s, right before I went in the Navy, or right when I went in the Navy, or shortly thereafter, they built a prison in Adelanto or Lancaster or Palmdale, California, right? And that's where all the people that were from like down below and like LA and all that. That's where they got sent. So they were trying to move the families up the Cajon Pass off the I-15 so that other people could move into lower, down below in the valley and make it richer again. And that's what the plot, like that was part of the plot in the show. I was like, holy crap, they're doing that right now. But yeah,
Gentrification.
that's
So they call
yeah,
it.
it was interesting to watch it because it's like that's exactly what they were doing. I don't think it worked though. Not in LA. But I got to get going, boys. Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
I will see you all later.
Yeah, I gotta help out with dinner here in about 10 minutes myself.
Yeah, I'm gonna go
All
ahead
right.
anyways because I gotta go too. So
All right. I'll
All
wait
right.
for you to end it.
until next time, we'll see you next week.